Game 4 of the 2024 Spartan Basketball Classic as the York College Spartans and the Stockton University Ospreys, who are all at the Grover Fitness Center. And now please rise to honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad with our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And now we will the lineups for this afternoon's game between the Stockton Ospreys and the York College Spartans. This afternoon's tournament lineups are brought to you by RSSL, the exclusive orthopedic sports provider for York.
Welcome to York College Basketball on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Across to Mascari. Three. Got it. Look out. Kai up ahead. He throws down another one.
The Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. York.
Kai's got it. Scores! And this game's over. Spartans come back in the final minute.
Now for the call of today's game, here's the voice of the Spartans, Daryl Henry.
Good afternoon, everyone, from the Grumbacher Center here at York College. Welcome to York College basketball. As here this afternoon, the Spartans host day 2 of the Spartan Classic. They will have their hands full with the competition again today as they host 22nd ranked Stockton. The Ospreys are here, the opponent today. Daryl Henry alongside Dean Gamber. Welcome to Charles Wolfe Gymnasium and Spartan Hoops. We waited as long as we could. The Chiefs and Texans are just screwing around after 3 hours, and it was time for us to cut in. But Dean, the Spartans, and we'll hear from Matt Hunter at halftime again today. A real gut punch to lose the way that they did yesterday by 2 in overtime, and a lot of it not in their control with all the whistles and such. But you've got to move past that quickly today because Stockton is really good.
Yeah, facing a really good team here today. But you know what? We got them on our floor, and I think the Spartans, after, they've responded well when they have a tough loss like they had yesterday. I've seen this group respond well. I'd expect them to come out and play well. And like you said, Stockton's really good, so you're going to have to. It's a really tough test.
Spartans are 4-3, had a 3-game winning streak snapped yesterday. Starters Jaden Rowe, Chris Myers, Tate Landis, Jackson Mascari, and Kai Cipalla, who enters play today, 5 points shy of 1,000 in his Spartan career. For Stockton, they're 9-1. They've won 7 straight. They've got E.J. Matthews, Spratley, Eric Campbell, Martin Angelov. Those are really talented scorers in the backcourt. Forwards Tavon Gaither and Christian Armstrong Thomas, who did not play yesterday. He'll jump it up against Cipalla, and Stockton wins it. And we're off and running as the Ospreys go to our right. They're in dark blue with a lot of white on the sides, baby blue trim. Spartans in the home white. Here's Angelov off to the left wing. And down to Gaither, posting against Mascari. Leaner up, missed it. Rebound, Jackson Mascari. Spartans an early stop, and now they'll come to our left on offense. Here's Rowe with it out front. He'll let it rip. A three, no good. And the rebound slapped out, ends up in the hands of Eric Campbell, who can fly. Gallops it up and hits a trailing Matthews Spratley, who sidesteps and shoots it in. A long two on the left wing to open the scoring.
Well, what you saw right there is what you're going to see a good bit from Stockton. They want to get down the floor. They're going to take early shots in the shot clock, so getting back will be a key for the Spartans today.
2-0, a minute in. Spartans now set up. And Stockton wants to play at one pace. The Spartans want to grind this thing out. Here's Landis, fires it out top. Around the horn to Myers now, left wing. Got a screen from Kai. Pick and roll. There he goes, and he jams it in. Kai Cipalla stuffs it, his first two of the day. And he's got 997 with York.
Nice execution there. A little side pick and roll, emptied out the side. There was no help side from Stockton. Nice little dump off, bounce pass, and Kai knows what to do with it.
Angelov trying to turn the corner right baseline. Have our first foul of the day. Yesterday's game marred by whistles, and Salisbury had 47 free throw attempts, the most against York in 11 years, and it was their most in at least 17 years. And now we have a turnover. Spartans pressure on the right wing in front of their bench, and it went out off an Osprey and out of bounds.
Off an Osprey. I like it, Daryl. Good pressure there from the Spartans to cause the turnover.
York sets up. Myers fake, moving in right baseline. Whipped it across. Mascari to Rowe. Left wing. Three, it's good! Jaden Rowe drains it, and the Spartans lead 5-2.
Nice extra pass there from Jackson. He could have shot that in the corner, but Jaden was wide open. Good teamwork.
Spartans back in front of the Ospreys defensively. Again, they want to grind this pace down. Matthews Spratley, ball screen. Jumper. Draws a foul, got hit across the arms.
Yeah, something you never want to do there. Never foul a jump shooter. And Chris just made a little bit of contact there, a little mistake, and sent Stockton to the line.
E.J. Matthews, Spratley, talking about some of these explosive scorers. He averages 17 a game. He had 18 yesterday. First is good. He's top 29 in the nation in foul shooting, 91%. He's now 43 for 47. 6 for 6 yesterday. Second one rattles out, and Ben Troyer hauls it down. We may have had something to do with that.
You got it, Daryl. Good job.
Get one early. Troyer open. They trap Landis. Now he finds him. Ben wide open. Three ball. In and out.
Good look there from York. A nice job by Tate beating the double team, and I like the early shot there from Troyer. He was wide open.
Eric Campbell speeding in, out of control, hit the bottom of the glass, but it bounces out to Tavon Gaither. Stockton still with it. Here is Matthews Spratley, picked up by Landis left side, forced him out. And now they try a pick and roll with Gaither. The pass does not connect. It goes all the way out of bounds underneath.
Yeah, like you said, Stockton tried themselves a little side pick and roll there, but roll guy just didn't quite roll quick enough. Ball went out of bounds.
2-1-2 pressure. Spartans pitch it ahead. And now settle into the offense, leading 5-3, 3 minutes in. Troyer out front to Mascari, left side, launches, three ball, it's good! Jackson Mascari, pure from deep beyond the arc on the left wing. It's 8-3. He's been shooting lights out.
Yeah, he's really been shooting the ball well.
Campbell driving, runner up and good.
And Campbell, he's a handful. He can score all kinds of different ways. Tough little lefty floater there, made it look easy.
8-5 the lead for York. Landis being bothered all the way up by Angelov, who poked it out into the Osprey bench. Spartans will inbound. Nick Schroeder coming in for Landis, and Jamar Johnson in for Stockton. It looks like Coach Hunter is subbing in a little earlier today. Back-to-back days, maybe.
Yeah, maybe back-to-back days. Get some of the bench guys in a little bit early. I think that the substitute for Chris early was due to fouls. I think he picked up his second early there.
Oh, you're right. I Yeah, you're right. Here's
That's why I'm here, Dale.
It's Rowe from deep, and he rattles it home. The shooting has come to the party today after a tough day yesterday. Great start. It's 11-5. Here is Angeloff to answer. That's off the side of the rim, and Mascari wins the race toward the right corner. Pass to Rowe along the own baseline. He'll speed it up. Hits Kai right corner. Back to Rowe. And now to Troyer with a head fake. Tried to move in. Lost his footing, but picks up. Oh, miscommunication. Schroeder started to go back door. And the pass goes out into the Stockton bench.
Yeah, just a little unfortunate there. Nick went to go back door, and Troyer just didn't recognize it in time.
Stockton, they're already 5-0 in league play. First place in the NJAC. 22nd in the nation.
5 league games already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here is Jamar Johnson with some speed. Sets up a right baseline jumper, and Jameer Payute back up forward just into the game. He sinks it.
And here you see Stockton what they want to do. That after made buckets, they get into the press here. It's a man-to-man press, but you got to be careful because they'll run and jump at you, double team, and then try to rotate, look for steals.
11-7 the lead for York. Rowe handles it across. Yeah, there's some metrics, the NPI ratings, they've got Stockton number 1 in the nation, factoring in all the statistical data. Here's Rowe spinning, lost the handle going down the lane, and it's knocked out by Jaden trying to recover it.
Yeah, nice hand action there from Stockton on the spin dribble from Jaden.
This is only the 4th all-time meeting. York 1-2 against Stockton. They last met at Stockton's weekend tournament in November of 2018. Ospreys bring it up to our right. And here is Jamar Johnson, dribble handoff. Angeloff drives, no-look dish. Payute almost wasn't ready. They work it around top. A 3, it's good. E.J. Matthews-Spratley nails it from deep. It's 11-10.
If he's open, it looks good. It's going to have a good chance to go in. Good-looking shooter.
They've had a couple 100-point outings this year. They average 85 a game. Here's Mascari down the left side of the lane, and he flips it in right-handed. Timeout York. Matt Hunter getting a quick 30. And with 14:22 to go in the first half, it's 13-10. Again, we came on an abbreviated intro. We were trying to stick with the NFL game, and to update you, the Chiefs... Oh, maybe Dean has it quicker than I do.
Off. Sorry, my bad.
Well, whatever. I don't really care about it that much. 27-19, they're in the final minute. But now, what do you think here early, Dean? It's 13-10 York.
Yeah, good start from York. Got some good looks in the threes. It's good to see them go in, give them some confidence. They really struggled from the three-point line yesterday, which was kind of a big part of the game. So, good start.
Hear from Matt Hunter at the half today. Spartans will show their 1-2-2 out of the stoppage.
And the one thing that the Spartans will look for the 1-2-2 today is to kind of stop Stockton's transition, because it'll kind of just make them hold the ball and try to beat the press. But
Matthews-Spratley missed a 3 off the fake. Troyer, the lead pass ahead. Kai, he is hacked right up at the rim. He caught it and stopped, maybe loading up to dunk another one, and he got fouled.
Love to see that there from York. And Kai really sprinted the floor. He looked ahead, pitched ahead, and get some easy points. That's big against a team like Stockton.
Yeah, he went rim running, and Ben Troyer knew right where to look. First, bounces off. Kai played really well yesterday. 25 points, 7 boards, 40 minutes. Couple blocks. He had 8 in overtime, but not enough to overcome 47 free throw attempts against. Kai's second, all around the rim and in. So he's 2 away now from 1,000 with York. Spartans got to get back. Pass up the sideline. Devin Johnson in, back out. A 3, missed it right wing. And Schroeder swiped the rebound, knocked it to Cipalla. Here comes Landis scurrying up. And he'll direct traffic, angling to the right. Through it, cross-court Schroeder. Feeds the corner to Troyer. Whipped it out top to Landis. Catches, drives. It's up. and it goes in. Tate Landis, the strong drive, and the lead is 6.
Really nice take there by Tate, and good finish.
16-10. Here's a 3 left wing, and Logan McKee partially blocked by Mascari. Spartans come away with it. Spartans a great shot-blocking team. They had 9 yesterday. Here's Troyer left wing down to Kai, posting up, fakes, doubled, kicks it back. Landis swings to Mascari, shot fake. He drives it in, whips it across. Schroeder for 3 left wing, just clipped the front of the rim. Rebound to Paiute. And now here's Matthews Spratley the other way with speed and stripped. Ben Troyer stole it. Here goes Kai. Lead pass ahead. He slips and goes down. Just a little too far from Landis, and he went sliding like he was going into second base, tried to save it inbounds.
Yeah, just lost his footing there a little bit. I like the second time there. You see Kai with the sprint in the floor, a little pitch ahead. Good look by Tate, just a tad bit too much, and Kai wasn't able to bring it in.
1,000 will have to wait. He gets his first breather of the day.
When that first play developed, like he's going to get his 1,000th on a dunk there. But,
oh, man.
It would have been nice. But.
Spartans bring Alex Smith and Pat Gilhul in. Stockton with Tavon Gaither back, sets up Angelov, missed a 3 left wing, and the rebound snatched in the crowd by Tate Landis.
York did a really nice job of keeping Stockton to one and done on their possessions.
Tate tied a career high with 8 boards yesterday. Played a really good game before fouling out, and Mascari called for a travel, took a handoff from Smith, and tried to use Alex's screen.
Again, good start by York. Getting good possessions, getting good shots. Like the flow that they're in.
16-10, the lead remains.
On both ends of the floor, they're doing a nice job defensively. Whoa, look at that.
Eric Campbell tried to set up Angeloff on a back door. I think Schroeder, one of the Spartans, kicked it. It almost hit the glass up behind the...
Haven't seen that.
Toward the lobby. Angeloff to inbound it. And into Eric Campbell. Little shimmy, tries to burst in left side. He flips it up. It's in, and a foul called. What a finish at the hoop.
I don't know. There might have been some luck involved there, but give the guy some credit. That was a heck of a finish after getting fouled.
Eric Campbell, he had 23 yesterday, including their first 10 of the game. It was 10 for 14. He averages 12. He's another explosive backcourt threat. A lot of it comes at the rim for him.
Yeah, really good player, especially in the open court. So, as we talked there, that's a key to the game. York wants to kind of try to keep Stockton out of the open court as much as possible today.
And he missed the free throw. They scramble to the floor. Smith and Andrew Crawford entangled. Jump ball's going to give it to York. So a 16-12 lead. Stockton, they are 4th in the country in free throws made per game, 7th in attempts. They get to the line a bunch. A lot of it's because of how fast they play, but they get there a ton. Schroeder hustles it across. Going to Mascari up top. Now squares up, looks for the motion, and gives back to Schroeder, and now to Smith right wing. Gilhul's cut was covered. They hand to Schroeder. He'll drive it. And he flips it in and one. What a great finish from Nick Schroeder, who started to lose the grip. Going down the lane, but flipped it up off the fingertips.
Yeah, Schroeder showing some strength there, being able to play through the contact and get that ball up on the glass and finish.
18-12. Foul on Angelov. Jaden Rowe coming back. That'll be for Tate Landis. Schroeder 5 points per game coming in, mostly off the bench. Couple early starts.
Thought Nick did a really good job yesterday off the bench, both offensively and defensively. Made a big shot and really helped him on the defensive end as well.
And he completes the three-point play. 19-12. Spartans press. Campbell the catch, and he's going all the way in. High extended finish off the glass. It's good with the left hand.
And Stockton will do that. A lot of teams that play against York, when York does that 1-2-2, will just look to get it across half court and then go in to their half court offense. Stockton's going to try to attack that 1-2-2 from York.
19-14, York Mascari open. 3, skipped off on the left wing. Crawford the board. Rowe looking for the backcourt interception. Almost had it. He knocks it out on the sideline. Did that go off Campbell?
It did.
It went off Campbell's foot, and it does belong to York. What a play.
Yeah, nice anticipation from Jaden there. He read that cross-court pass and kind of just jumped the passing lane.
Kai is back in. Got his 1,000th combined point yesterday. He's 2 away from 1,000 with York.
Little zone action here from Stockton, kind of a extended 2-3.
Colin Trude is in. He caught it down deep. Kicks it back to Rowe. 3 to shoot. Loads it up and missed the rim. Grabbed by Gaither before the horn went. Gaither brings it up. Sets up right side in a posting possession. Backing in Gilhool, who slapped it away. Big time block. Kai up ahead. Rowe couldn't get it to him. He'll go to Gilhool for 3. It's good on the left wing. What a sequence from Pat Gilhool. And Stockton needs a timeout. It's 22-14 York.
Yeah, like you said, Daryl, what a sequence from Gilhool there. Great individual play on the block. And that wasn't easy against the Stockton player down low. And then love to see the transition 3.
And maybe the most impressive part of that sequence was the chest bump that Jared Wagner gave Pat Gilhool. I'd be in the hospital if I tried that.
Yeah, that'd.
But I'm a mathlete. He's an athlete.
Jared still can get up and down the court and doesn't look much different than he did in his playing days. So
it's good to see the Spartans have some real spirit here early today.
As I kind of said that I thought they would come out, just seeing this team over the years, that they were going to bounce back. Even though yesterday was really disappointing, they're going to come out playing hard, and you see the spirit and the energy. And great start, kind of punch Stockton in the mouth. We'll see how they respond.
Spartans trap in the backcourt. Angeloff opens, speeds it ahead. Trude is back and forced a miss underneath. It's grabbed, another miss by Armstrong Thomas. Loose, and Kai's got it.
Look down.
Scooped it off the floor. Rowe trots it up. And he's got Schroeder left corner down to Kai posting. Holds it. 1-on-1, now the double down. He kicks to Schroeder, left wing, deep 3, front rimmed it, and the rebound to Angelov. And he'll lob it ahead. He's got Matthews Spratley, scoots in from the right, pivots back. Good ground held by Gilhool defensively. Now off a screen, a flare to the left side. Angelov bricks the 3, rebound Rowe. Looking ahead, lead pass, Kai takes it in, and a walk is called. He had one man back and tried to gather it and go up.
A lot of impressive things at the start of the game, Daryl. Maybe the most impressive from York is their defense. Really not giving anything easy to Stockton. I mean, you're talking about a really highly explosive offensive team. And York's making them work in half court. They have the tempo where they want it, and they're forcing Stockton into some tough shots.
Campbell trying to sidestep Landis, sets up a jumper left baseline. It's good for Tavon Gaither. 22-16 York. Rowe dealing with Campbell on him. 1-on-1 up the floor. Trude coming out to help, hands it back off. Jaden hands to Gilhool, now to Kai up top, to Rowe. Cipalla screens, Rowe shoots, 3 kicked off, rebound Cipalla. And he'll fade away, shoots it, wouldn't go. Rebound to Matthews Spratley, Spartans trying to get back. And Kai deflected a pass right to Gaither, though, who lays it in transition.
And there's Stockton's game. You get a missed shot, and they're coming right at you. York defended the initial action, but ball bounced right to the Stockton player for the lay-in.
22-18. Here's Kai posting right side into a cutting Trude.
Nice
out
catch.
to Rowe. Left corner for 3. Would not go. Nice. Gaither grabs the carom. Was a good catch from Trude in traffic. Matthews Spratley pull up foul line. It's good. He's got 8 already, and they've cut it to 2. Here's Cipalla calling for it out on the right wing. Squares up. Now top to Rowe. A screen. The roll was covered. They go to Landis, catch and shoot. 3 ball off the left side of the rim. Rebound slapped to Gaither. And Stockton looking to tie or go in front. Gaither down the lane. Layup's good. We're tied at 22. And York wants a timeout. 7:51 to go in the first half. All square at this juncture with Stockton on a run. Tied at 22. We'll be back in a moment here on the Spartan Sports Network.
There's drive inside you. You're ready to go for it. And York College of Pennsylvania will help you get there. From practical internships to industry connections, all of our effort goes in.
Well, Dean, I think you have to figure Stockton is going to have some runs today. They've got an early one cooking right now to tie this game at 22.
Yeah, they're a team of runs. So, when that happens, can't panic. That's going to happen coming to the game. Like the time out there from Coach Hunter, just kind of settle down the guys. I'm sure they talked about, you're not going to play a whole game against a team like Stockton and not give up some runs. So just want to stem the tide here a little bit, come out of timeout, get a good offensive possession.
It is a 10-0 run the last 2:40. Stockton will set up some full court pressure.
Yeah, and we haven't seen much of the double team action that we saw last night from Stockton, so wondering if we'll see that maybe out of the timeout here.
Landis handles, gives back to Troyer,
Here it comes.
and speeds it across. Trap on the far sideline. He steps through it, still pivoting, and he's got Landis open. Fires inside to Kai. Back to Landis. And out of the left corner for Gilhul. Back to Landis again. Swings it long to Troyer. He'll burst in. Left it for Kai. Offensive foul called. Troyer going in hard. Armstrong Thomas slow to get up.
Like the idea there from Troyer. Had a nice drive. Just needs to come to kind of a jump stop there and bounce pass, and he would have had Kai. Right idea. Got to tell these officials, Darryl, that we have the mop. We don't need the towel.
Well, they've done a much better job so far than what we had yesterday. But you're right, they missed the mop. The Game 1 officials today were great.
Yeah?
I'm telling you, yes. Did a great job. Again, unlike yesterday. Tied at 22. And Johnson across. He's back in for Stockton. 5 years he's never started, but he's been a backup point guard every year. Here's Gaither now posting Mascari. Toward the block, and Jackson poked it to Troyer. Ben works his way up. He's got Gilhul, shot fake right side. Defender stayed in front of him. He'll toss back to Landis. Mascari now fakes a handoff, scoots down the left, and he backs his way in, and a baby hook up and good with the touch.
Nice sequence there from Jackson, both on post defense. Time before, were able to get the steal, and then flipped the script, and on his post up, back to his guy down, got a nice little jump hook.
That ends the 10-0 spurt. York back up. Matthews Spratley with a contested mid-range jumper miss. Now a three on the second effort. And he got run into. He's fouled. Troyer ends up down at the end of the Spartan bench on the floor. And Ben trying to contest that three. He's going to send one of the nation's best free throw shooters to the line for three.
Yeah, second time fouling a jump shooter. Kind of a cardinal sin there. And just a little uncontrolled on the closeout there from Troyer.
Matthews Spratley, who initially was at Scranton. Last year played 3 games, averaged 18 for them. And after 3 games transferred Joined Stockton in December. All he did was score 17 a game the rest of the year. And they went to the NCAA tournament for the third straight year. 17-11. They lost in the NJAC final to TCNJ, but they've been to the final 5 straight years.
It's pretty consistent right there.
Sweet 16 a couple years ago. And Matthews Spratley makes all 3. 25-24 Stockton. Landis looking at the pressure with 2 defenders. Schroeder there to help as they get it across. Mascari handoff back to Schroeder, now to Tate. Landis to the foul line, picks up, out to Kai right side, drives it in, stops baseline, shoots off iron, and the rebound to Paiute. Kai's missed his last 2 or 3.
Good look there from Kai. Got himself good look, got him some separation, shot that he usually makes.
Paiute for an open 3. Rim glass, rebound Mascari. It's not normally where Paiute is effective from.
Yeah, you can tell York was giving him that shot.
Chris Myers back in, was an early sub out with 2 fouls. Here's Mascari. He got clipped while dribbling up top. That'll be only the 3rd team foul on Stockton as Paiute is whistled.
Jackson's so good at drawing some contact and getting a foul call on the opposing team. Stockton likes to go zone on sideline and baseline out of bounds plays, so you're going to see a little 2-3 here. See if York can get the ball into the middle to Kai and play from there.
Schroeder's got it right wing now. To Myers up top. Mascari patrolling the high post. Out to Landis, left wing. Triple, it's good. Tate Landis with the 3 ball and York back on top.
Really good execution. They split Jackson into the high post there. Played from there.
Armstrong Thomas banging Mascari. Missed once, missed twice, and he taps it back up and in.
Yeah, that's tough. Jackson held his ground there as long as he could, but Stockton finally able to get the putback.
That guy's top 25 in the nation in offensive rebounds. Maybe that's why. Got 2 right there. Here's Landis down the lane, forced it up, missed. He follows his own miss and puts it back in.
Little stick-to-itiveness there from Tate.
Angeloff left side 3, it's in. And it's 30-29 Stockton. Back and forth we go. 4.5 to go in the first half. Landis across the timeline, angles left. Goes to Mascari straight up. And he inches over to the right and hands it off. And we'll start it back around. Schroeder left side. Left alone, thought
nice
about it.
Pass.
Bounce into Kai. Up and scores! And there it is! Kai Cipalla, the 25th member of the 1,000-point club here at York College. All the banners being held up in the stands. It's 31-30 York. Angeloff drives, stops, and that creates a foul from Schroeder, who was following him hard. But, man, what a stud. We've been privileged to watch for 3 years, and Kai with his 1,000th here in green and white.
Yeah, congratulations to Kai. Really nice pass there from Nick. Got him inside. They had a switch, and great job. Great job. Congratulations, Kai. Heck of an accomplishment.
And in typical Kai fashion, as they applaud him, he's focused on what Coach is telling him.
Yeah. I don't even think Coach, well, he knows.
Angelov's first is up and good. You probably saw some of Kai's first points as a young lad. You've known them forever.
Yeah, he's just a great kid. Great, been lucky to be around the family and know them for the whole family. Kai and his brother Jordan, just mom and dad, Dave and Chris have been around him, and seeing Kai, it's neat to see. Congratulations, Kai.
Both free throws for Angeloff, 32-31 Stockton. Yeah, Mom Chris to the number 2 scorer all time in York College women's history. It's 1,633.
He's got a long way to go to catch Mom.
Yeah. Mascari drives and it wouldn't go, but he's fouled. Jackson will get to the line. Yeah, Mom knows a thing or two about finding the hoop.
She could score it. I'm going to get in trouble if I don't say something nice about Dave now, but Dave was a darn good player too. My teammate back in the day, and Dave was a really good defensive player, point guard, ran the show.
Mascari's first is good. Yeah, he's 6th all-time in assists.
Yeah,
at York.
Good player on a lot of good teams.
How'd Krista do it? Did she score all over the floor, or was she?
Yeah,
outside threat, or
she could shoot from the perimeter.
Yeah,
I don't think the 3 ball was, it wasn't as big a thing all the way back when we were playing, Daryl. But she's a really good mid-range jump shot. Got to the foul line a lot.
33-32 York back in front.
We got a good game going on here, so it's York's playing well. Stockton's been nice hands by Tate.
Yeah, Angeloff pivoting, and it was slapped loose. Got it back. Campbell driving kick. McKee left corner for 3. Around and off. Kai up strong. Had the rebound, and then had it knocked loose. That's a foul on Stockton.
Yeah, nice tough rebound there from Kai. Stockton tried to get it out of his hands, but called for the foul.
Kai, by the way, with 1,011 total. He had 11 points as a freshman in Millersville. I didn't play a whole lot. He was actually kind of hampered by a back when he was there, but he has been a superstar here, no doubt about that. Here's Rowe with it. Lead pass to Kai, almost a no look. He's trapped down low, out to Gilhul, right corner to Rowe. Wide open out front. A 3, back rimmed it. Kai tried to keep it alive. Almost did, but eventually lost it to Armstrong Thomas.
Good hustle there from Kai, trying to get the offensive rebound.
And a moving screen. Armstrong Thomas knocks Rowe to the floor. He'll be helped up.
Yeah, the point guard from Stockton kind of just came off that ball screen before the screener was set. Sometimes it's not always the screener's fault. The ball handler has to wait for the screener to be set.
Down to 2:40 left in the half. We'll hear from Coach at the half. 33-32 York. Back on offense. Here's Rose stepping out. Gilhul back in the game, comes out to screen. Mascari then does as well. They give to Jackson. He'll shoot. 3 ball, no good. And the rebound scooped by Andrew Crawford. Leads Angeloff ahead, trying to speed around Landis, and lays it in. Up and down they go.
That's some quickness right there.
Angeloff in late November set their program record 45 in a game. Here's Cipalla in, and the defender slipped and he lays it in. He went right under Matthew Spratley, who was way off balance. Kai with 1,002. 35-34 York. Eric Campbell back to Matthew Spratley, left corner 3. It's good. 14 for him. 37-35 Stockton as we come down in the final minute and a half before halftime. Oh, big collision out top, and they call it on Mascari. He and Eric Campbell got entangled and both went down.
Yeah, they were both kind of hooking each other, and the official viewed it that I guess Jackson was the first to do it, but tough call.
Well, as long as they don't make it all about themselves today. Apparently, I got good sources told me that all Matt said yesterday was that he fell, and that was worthy of teeing him up late in the game in a critical spot. It was ridiculous. A reach in on York defensively on Rowe. That's the team's 9th, so 1-1 for Eric Campbell.
Want to get a good last minute and 20 here for York.
Front end is good.
A little better free throw shooting today than what we saw yesterday.
So far, Stockton 7 for 9.
York's done a pretty good job of keeping Stockton off the line. That's another key to the game. As you mentioned earlier, Stockton's one of the nation's favorites of getting to the line a lot.
Campbell makes them both. 39-35, Stockton their biggest lead. Minute 25 to go in the half. It's a full timeout, so we'll take the opportunity as well. Back in a moment here on the Spartan Sports Network.
On first down, this time.
Effort is a contract, not with your parents or your teachers or your future employer. Effort is a contract you make with yourself. Effort demands that you grab every opportunity, show up, dig in. Effort is why 90% of recent graduates of York College of Pennsylvania are employed or in graduate school. And it's why all of our effort goes into making yours count. York College of Pennsylvania, your effort unbound.
Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Final minute 25 of the first half. Spartans trail 39-35, and it always seems like the end of the half is important, Dean. Trying to finish strong.
Sometimes maybe make too much of a big deal of it, but it always feels big how you finish going into the half. You want a little bit of momentum going in here, so try to execute out of this timeout. Stockton kind of double team in here, see how York attacks it.
Landis down to Gilhole, who cycled out to the right corner, hands it off to Rowe. Now to Kai out front, thought about it. He'll give the Landis left side, pulls the trigger, and hits another three. 39-38.
Yeah, nice job there by Tate. The defender closed out, but didn't have his hand up, so Tate said, all right, I'll go shoot it. Big shot.
He's got 10 now. Matthews Spradley on a crossover, misfired from three. Rebound, Jackson Mascari.
Yeah, that was a little 2-for-1 action there from Spradling, and not able to make it, so chance here for York to capitalize.
Rowe taking the air out of it a little bit. Now goes to Kai, handoff back to Jaden. To Cipalla again, hands it off once more, trying to work the two-man game, pick and roll, intercepted. Gaither in the way, stole it. Ahead for Campbell, got in deep, jump pass out, Angeloff right corner, and it's good. He's got a hitch in his shot, but it works.
The Stockton coach is yelling, no, 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 because they could have held it for the last shot, and then when it went in, he said, good shot.
Now Mascari and lumbering in, it's knocked away. Some contact. Spartans will inbound it underneath with 4.7. Down 4 again, trying to score to end the half. Rowe will inbound it. And a lob out to Kai. One-hand grab up top. Kai starts a drive, got around. Gaither lays it in to end the half. 42-40. Cipalla scores at the end. And, Dean, I think all things considered, you got to be pretty happy, especially with getting that last score. You're right there at the end of 20 minutes.
Yeah, good half. And good finish there from Kai on the baseline out of bounds play and did the right thing and had plenty of time to get to the basket. And that's what he does best. And really good finish. Good half of basketball. Both teams played well.
And especially answering that run that Stockton had, a 10-0 run. Spartans punch right back. So 42-40 game here at halftime. We'll take a break, and we'll hear from Matt Hunter's pregame conversation with us coming up next here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Based right here in York.
Effort is a contract, not with your parents or your teachers or your future employer. Effort is a contract you make with yourself. Effort demands that you grab every opportunity, show up, dig in. Effort is why 90% of recent graduates of York College of Pennsylvania are employed or in graduate school. And it's why all of our effort goes into making yours count. York College of Pennsylvania, your effort unbound.
Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
Your home for the Spartans. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK, York.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With 3 convenient locations in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care, offering conventional braces and Invisalign in a friendly, comfortable environment. Check us out on Facebook or our website at www.drgregbennett.com. Hunters Hill Orthodontics. We've got your smile.
Since 1957, Shiloh Roofing in York has been the gold standard of roofing and repairs. Shiloh Roofing is family-owned and operated, serving York and the surrounding areas. They not only do all kinds of roofing work, but they've expanded into spouting and siding work as well. They handle all of their customers' needs, and they now also offer financing. Give them a call today, 717-764-1269 for Shiloh Roofing in York.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Trail 42-40 here at halftime, but they're right there. They had a lead of as many as 8 at one point. Stockton, and that was in the middle of the first half. Stockton then had a 10-0 run, but York answered, and it all flushes out to just about even, a 2-point game. Here at halftime, the Spartans today, again, they're playing a team that's 22nd in the nation. They're red hot. They're lethal offensively. And those NPI rankings have them right at the top of the nation in Division III. So it's serious business here today. And the Spartans coming off a heartbreaker yesterday. We talked with head coach Matt Hunter pregame, as we always do, and trying to get you as much of that NFL game as we could before we hit the air today. So we stashed coach's interview until halftime. Again, his team trailing 42-40. And we pick up our conversation from earlier today.
Spartan Classic. Matt Hunter with us. And Matt, really tough one yesterday. Overtime against Salisbury. There were so many aspects of that game that just probably made you want to react with rage, and some of it not in your control. So how do you turn the page? How do you deal with that as a team?
Yeah, it was a unique game. What makes basketball great is every game is truly its own entity. You think you know how things are going to go or how things are going to play out, and something totally different happens, and you just got to adjust on the fly. And I think our guys did an unbelievable job of kind of fighting back from whatever it was, 49-40, 51-40, something like that. And things obviously were not going the way we wanted them to go. And we just we competed with a relentless effort from that point forward and showed a lot of resolve. And, that's the thing to take out of the game.
Yeah. And the battle down low is certainly Kai, but team-wide, the way that your guys battled against Oates, I know you ended up getting a big rebounding day, but it seemed like you certainly didn't let it come easily for him.
Yeah, no, I thought our guys did a good job with him overall. He didn't get that many open looks. We certainly competed on the glass, and it wasn't one of those days where there was a huge disparity. He's just big and strong and physical, and he knows how to rebound and does a good job of kind of tracking those balls down.
I know it wasn't your team's best offensive day overall, but you had some really clutch baskets late and in overtime to give you a chance. And even the last shot that you drew up, a good look. So some of those, how do you feel your team responds to those clutch late game situations? Yeah, we made some great plays offensively. A couple beautiful passes from Jaden, setting up Tate in the corner, Kai on the dive. Those are probably the two baskets that you're referencing. Those were huge plays. And then, we got a great look on the final play, executed it well. Not something we had practiced a ton with this group. Coach Wagner made one of those years ago on that exact play. And something we've always kind of used in that situation. Great pass from Jaden to Kai.
great pass from Kai to Chris, great screens by Pat. So everything worked out perfectly. You just, unfortunately, you don't make every shot. Chris had his feet set, got a great look. And that's, at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for in that situation is if you give yourself the opportunity. And I thought we did a really good job with that.
Jaden had 14 yesterday. We know he can score, but the 5 assists really stood out. 3 block shots on defense really stood out. Now in his 3rd year with you, you kind of seeing him come into his own. I mean, he's been a great player for 2 years, but you seeing some growth with him?
Yeah, he's been great, and what we talk about is maybe a little bit different than what everybody else talks about and looks at, and we try to be great teammates and great competitors, and I think he's doing that really well, and certainly continue to develop on the floor as a playmaker, and helping us be the best team that we can be.
Yeah, shoot around this morning like usual. Were the spirits good?
Yeah, no, guys were good, and we obviously understand, the challenge in front of us today. The biggest thing we met last night at the end of the day, and the biggest thing was that yesterday stayed at yesterday, and today becomes about today, and what we have to do against another really good basketball team.
Yeah, what stands out to you about Stockton?
Speed.
Yeah.
They play really fast. They want to increase the amount of for the basketball nerds out there, right? They want as many possessions as possible, and we want as few possessions as possible, and kind of whoever can win that fight will probably give themselves the most advantages. But it certainly doesn't mean that's how the game plays out either. So, that's it. It's 2 relentless, physical, aggressive basketball teams that play completely differently.
Yeah, interesting. And I know they have a couple big scorers. Seems like they like to get to the basket a lot. What do you have to be ready for defensively?
Yeah, it's really just, again, the pace and adjusting to that. I thought yesterday we did a really good job of controlling the game. I think Salisbury might have had a basket or 2 in transition. That was really it. And so that will be the biggest test, whether it's change of possession or as we're moving out of our 3-quarter press and into our man-to-man defense, making sure we get matched up and identify and get ready to do the job on 0 and 10. They're 2 super talented, explosive scorers who have tons of, 20, 30, and even a 45-point game under their belt already this year.
All right, Matt, thanks a lot. Good luck here today.
Yeah, thanks, Daryl.
All right, Spartan head coach Matt Hunter. Again, that was before game, as always, and no doubt his team would come out spirited, and those guys are pretty resilient, those 18 to 21-year-olds after a tough loss yesterday. Right in it at halftime, 42-40 against Stockton. We'll take a timeout. Dean and I will be back with the stats and the start of the second half. After this, 42-40 the score here on the Spartan Sports Network.
I'm Ryan Radke with This Week in the NCAA on Westwood One. Congratulations to the University of Vermont men's soccer team who just took home their first D1 national title in program history. The Catamounts defeated Marshall 2-1 in overtime on Monday night to cap off an unlikely championship run. Vermont entered the NCAA tournament as an unranked team. In the national semifinals, they upset third-seeded Denver in penalty kicks. The Catamounts were then trailing Marshall by a goal in the title game until Marcel Papp netted the 81st-minute equalizer. Then in overtime, Maximilian Kissel scored the golden goal to win their historic championship. The Vermont soccer team is the first team from the America East Conference to win a national title in any sport. Here's head coach Rob Dow.
I got text messages from every, coach in our conference wishing our team good luck. As equally proud as we are to give this to our state, to our region, to our team, huge accomplishment for the conference.
Hunter the Heisman, next on This Week in the NCAA.
Whoa, it's you, the Capital One Bank guy.
That's what they call me.
Mind if I get a selfie?
Yeah, sure thing. Save no fees or minimums on your Capital One checking account.
Wow, that's a keeper. So, where are you heading?
I'm off to spread the good news that Capital One helps people keep more money in their wallet with no overdraft fees.
Oh, you're the best Capital One bank guy.
Hey, mind if I get a selfie?
Sure.
Say, Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
Football star Travis Hunter for winning the 2024 Heisman Trophy. The two-way phenom excelled at wide receiver and defensive back, something rarely seen in modern-day college football.
A lot of people told me I couldn't do it. I always say I'm going to prove them wrong, and I want to prove myself right. So I'm going to keep my foot on the gas, and I hope the younger kids that look up to me keep their foot on the gas and keep going.
That's This Week in the NCAA. I'm Ryan Radke on Westwood One.
Scott Graham here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, led by quarterback Baker Mayfield, are 8-6 and lead the NFC South. Now they head to Dallas to face Micah Parsons and the Cowboys in primetime. Can the boys at 6-8 keep their slim postseason hopes alive, or will the Bucs win a fifth in a row? Join us to find out on Sunday Night Football.
On Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines to protect against wear and deposits. Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select filter for just $32.99. In-store only. Limits apply. Learn more at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 1350, WOYK, York.
Almost time proved in the first half today, and the way the Spartans want to play, that certainly helps.
Yeah, I think that had a lot to do with the quality of shots that York was getting. A lot of really good stuff. Sometimes in transition, they got some really good looks, and then in half court, they really executed pretty well.
Shot 54%, 6 for 16 from 3, 4 for 5 from the line. Stockton 45.5% overall. They were 4 for 14 from 3, 8 for 10 at the line. Rebounds even at 16 apiece. York 8 turnovers, Stockton 5. And individually, Tate Landis with 10. Had a really nice first half, Dean, and he was assertive and hit a couple threes.
Yeah, that's a good word, assertive. He coming off some of that ball screen action, looking to make plays, and then on some kickouts, really he was catching it with his feet set. If he's open, he's going to let it fly. Good half there from Tate.
Kai, 9 points, 5 boards, a historic day already as he became the 25th men's player at York College to 1,000. Jackson Mascari with 9. 5 rebounds as well, tied with Kai for the team lead. Top scorers for Stockton, E.J. Matthews-Spratley with 14 and Martin Angeloff with 10. And those are usually the explosive playmakers for them. So Stockton will start the ball, or start with it to begin the second half. Spartans look like they're in zone.
They're not.
Okay. Here is Gaither, foul line jumper. It's good. 44-40.
I think that was just the way Stockton was kind of set up offensively, kind of made it look like that.
Gotcha. Spartans now look to answer as they bring it back to our right. Mascari's got it along the top of the arc. Handoff to Rowe. And he'll go to Myers, who wasn't able to contribute much in the first half. Couple early fouls. Takes the handoff. Gone baseline, but stepped out.
Yeah, he stepped out on the cut, kind of was bumped out a little bit, and then wasn't able to reestablish.
Back to Stockton. They are in the road navy. York in the home white. As Eric Campbell circles out to the left, trying to take row, spins back, shoots it, side of the lane. It hangs all over the rim and goes in.
Yeah, that was good defense there. I think bounced on that rim like 10 times, Daryl. I don't know how that...
Yeah. 4-0 Stockton to begin the half. So they go up 6. Here's Myers right side for 3. It's good. Rattles it in. And that's a big one to stop that momentum a little bit.
Yeah, I like that. You know, Stockton kind of tried to run a double team when they crossed half court. And
Landis slapped one out of Matthew Spratley's hands in the lane. It goes out underneath. A timeout early. A 30 for Stockton. Less than a minute 30 into the second half, 46-43. Good for Myers. He was held scoreless yesterday, saddled with 2 fouls early today. That was a big 3.
Yeah, it can be tough when you get those 2 fouls in the first half and you don't really get into any type of rhythm. But like you said, good for him there. And nice job by Jackson after they beat the double team of finding him in the corner. And Stockton coach didn't like something there. Quick timeout.
Scott Bittner in his 9th year as Stockton coach. 19th year on staff. He was the assistant for a legend.
Yeah,
you remember going up against.
Yeah, Coach Matthews was a legend with those white dress shoes. Has some really, really good teams, and they
got to the national championship game in 09.
Yeah.
There's Eric Campbell with it, off now to Matthews Spratley, sidestepping to the left and now trying to muscle his way against Landis. Fires it from the elbow, was short, but Armstrong Thomas the board out to Matthews Spratley, missed a 3. It's punched up in the air, and Mascari's got it. Here goes Kai, rim running, Landis hits him, layup and 1! As Matthews Spratley tried to meet him at the rim, Kai finishes it. And the foul. It's 46-45.
You know, I love to see it. I know York wants to play at their pace and not let Stockton get up and down, but one thing you can sometimes do against a team that likes to go up and down is go against them. And that's about the 3rd or 4th time there you've seen Kai with a rim run. Great look ahead there from Tate. I think it was Tate. Was that Tate? Yeah, great look ahead from Tate. Those buckets are big.
And the free throw ties it up. 6 in a row for York. We're tied at 46.
And one adjustment you're seeing is York's not doing their normal 1-2-2 3-quarter court.
3 from Campbell is good. 49-46.
They're just kind of backing up and wanting to make sure that Stockton's playing half-court offense.
Campbell, not the guy you worry as much about from the perimeter, but gave him a little breathing room. Rowe off a screen, left side, right-hand scoop, missed it. Rebound to Matthews Spratley.
I like the take there from Jade. Just wasn't able to knock it down. But.
Stepping into a 3 in transition. Matthews Spratley drills it.
Yeah, and this is why Stockton's so good, right? I mean, the last 2 possessions, York's set, and they just come down and drill 3s.
Angeloff in the backcourt tips a pass away. Stockton right back up by 6. Nick Schroeder coming in, Rowe coming out.
And this is what Stockton likes to do. They like to get runs when they want to make a 6-0 run, 10-0, 12-0 run. So York's a veteran team. They'll, just get a good possession.
Landis mugged on the left wing, and Campbell tried to rip it out and break free. A foul called. Ospreys had one of their best 3-point shooting days yesterday, 12 for 26. They're 6 for 17 now today.
Yeah, they didn't have a great first half shooting the 3, but they've started pretty well here in the second half.
Spartans a side out. Landis to Schroeder, who comes all the way out. And now to Kai up top. Head fake. He will rumble down the lane. Hangs and got it up over the side of the rim and in.
Yeah, that was a tough finish there from Todd, as we've seen so many times. Good body control.
Foul line jumper for Matthews Spratley is good. 54-48 Stockton. They're starting to assert the pace.
Yeah.
Here's Mascari, little underhand flip to Kai, now to Myers on the weave. Myers drives the right side of the lane, stops, pivoted back, got it out to Mascari under duress. Here goes Jackson to the lane, fakes, floats it up and got it. 11 for Mascari today.
Jackson's so good at that, getting to the lane and being under control, playing on 2 feet, and hitting that little floater.
54-50. Here's a 3 left wing. That's no good. Just in off the bench, Miles Chevalier. And Landis grabs the loose ball rebound. Chevalier had 8 late yesterday, the freshman. Here's Landis. Big screen. Kai, a 3 wouldn't go. Rebound off to Jamar Johnson.
I like it, though. They tried to go underneath that ball screen, and Tate was wide open.
Campbell, little shimmy, trying to shake Schroeder. Ooh. Whipped it out of bounds in the left corner. Chevalier was up the wing. Not in the corner. York ball. Couple subs for Stockton. 4-point game, just over 4 minutes into the second half. Schroeder will handle this time to half court and across. And peeling away from Johnson, who's all over him. Now Mascari turns, bursting in, he's fouled. Boy, he's playing really aggressive. And he saw a chance to spin past Chevalier. It ends up being Angelov who fouls him.
Yeah, typically in that action there, York will hand that off. Nice little fake handoff there from Jackson, able to get to the foul line.
His first rattles home. Love the way he's played over the last month or so.
Yeah, he's such a heady player, smart player, kind of one of those players that sees things a step ahead of everybody. And
second one front rimmed. A split at the line. It's a 3-point game. Angelov drives in, floater way short, rebound tipped up, Mascari on it. Lead pass ahead to Schroeder. A race the other way, and Jamar Johnson from behind stole it but could not keep it in. Went out in the far corner and could not save it. Stays with York. Ben Troyer coming in for Chris Myers. I don't know if they're checking on where they're going to inbound from.
I think they're checking on what the shot clock should be. 24. So they're saying Stockton never had possession there.
I disagree with that, but whatever. 24 is plenty of time.
Yeah. All good.
Now Landis will inbound from the sideline.
Nice.
And it's a lob to Kai behind Gaither. He fakes. Oh, he missed the layup, but tipped it straight up and in. That works.
Really like that sideline out of bounds play there. They just empty out the side. And if they're fronting on the post there, the play is to throw the lob and execute it really well.
54-53. Here is Matthew Spratley. Tough jumper, foul line. It's good. Off the dribble.
I mean, that was really good D there by Troyer. Nice look ahead there by Tate.
Mascari to Troyer, left baseline. Oh, wow. Bounced it between the legs to Kai, who lays it in. Where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's an opening, there's a way. 18 for Kai, a 3 from Angelov. Missed it left wing. A battle for the board, and Landis runs it down. That was inventive from Troyer. Yeah. Schroeder down deep to Kai, waits, and a reverse layup, good. And the Spartans lead as Kai gets to 20 for the 25th time in his career. 57-56, and a foul on the sideline near midcourt. Landis and Troyer going for a steal. They whistled Tate for his second.
Back on the offensive possession. Once again, Kai just beating his guy down the floor. Love to see it. As I mentioned before, Stockton really wants to beat you down the floor offensively, but you can get them a little bit beat at their own game, and York's been looking for their spots to do that and getting some buckets from it.
Now the Ospreys Resetting on offense, Matthews Spratley dealing with Landis, who goes down, no whistle, and EJ turns and shoots it in. He's got 23.
That's the problem there. When you go for the charge, you don't get it. You're opening yourself up to giving up a easy jumper, but Spratlin's been deadly at that mid-range game.
Spartans set up. Landis a skip to the far left corner. Troyer thought about it. Matthews Spratley closed out. They'll reload. Up front, it's Mascari. Pick and pop to Tate for 3, rimming off. And Schroeder came flying in on the crash. They're going to whistle him.
Good shot there by Tate. A little pick and pop action, and Tate was open. And good looking shot.
A 1-point Stockton lead, 13:31 to play. Spartans in that 1-2-2 full court.
Yeah, they're back to it here now.
Pitch and catch across. McKee in the game for them. Faked a handoff. Out to Matthews Spratley up top. Using a screen down the lane, and he threw it up. Missed a runner against Kai. Armstrong Thomas, though, on the offensive board, and he's fouled going back up.
Yeah, he's a handful, especially on the offensive boards. He's works to get really good position every time. He's got 4 or 5 of them this game.
Top 25 in the nation at 3.7 offensive boards per game.
Yeah, that's a lot. Here comes the Hunter crew. Going to force a miss here on the free throw.
And they force some iron, but it goes in. Armstrong Thomas, a 6'5" senior. Second year at Stockton, he was a D2 transfer from Georgian Court, which is near the shore in Jersey.
All right.
A couple years there. One more, and it's good. 60-57 Stockton. 13-10 to go. Rowe back in, tossed it backward to Schroeder. He'll bring it across. Mascari hanging out high. He'll take it. Gives to Rowe. Now back to Schroeder. Over to Kai. High right. And a couple of dribbles over to Rowe. Still on the perimeter. Ball screen. 3 ball. Up, and he airballed it. And it hit the end line before Gilhole could save it in. Back to Stockton it goes.
Stockton really going to the bench a lot, almost every dead ball. They're running 1 or 2 guys in here, keeping fresh legs in. And
Rowe at the top of that 1-2-2, had a reach, and Campbell able to fit it around his arm. Matthews Spratley on the setup. Started at Scranton, but he's from Jersey, from Cherry Hill. Now Campbell trying to make a move, lost the handle, recovered it, left corner. He is able to dribble. Mascari there to help. They go foul line. Armstrong Thomas drives into traffic and missed, but a late whistle, and he's going back to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, he kind of caught it at the foul line there. And was going to shoot the little foul line jumper and realized nobody's in front of me, so he took it to the basket.
Armstrong Thomas, another South Jersey guy from Marlton. First this time is off front rim, and you can chalk that up to the Hunter kids. Get their Santa hats on today.
We're going to get another one here.
They've upped their game since that previous trip to the line. Here's the second. And it's around and off. That away. Kai the rebound. It's his 7th board today with 20 points. Oh no, Schroeder went down and dribbled off his foot. Oh, a slip from Crawford now. Got it to Angeloff, to Johnson down the lane, missed. Armstrong Thomas fighting hard for a putback that wouldn't drop. And another battle for a loose ball. It's a foul, I think, on Stockton, and it will be York possession. We got players both sides slow to get up. Schroeder to his feet. Jamar Johnson now helped up. And out comes the mop.
That ball kind of went off Nick's foot there. It looked like it was going to be an uncontested layup for Stockton. Give York credit for hustling back and making that, getting back into the play and not giving up a bucket. Really good hustle.
And keeps it a 3-point game. 12 minutes to go. Stockton full court pressure. Landis handles.
Comes the double.
Over to Rowe, open. And back to Landis. Back to Rowe into the front court.
Yeah, York's done a nice job handling Stockton's pressure.
Landis trying to work off the high pick. Picks up. He's got Kai right wing. Down to Mascari, posting on Campbell. Inching into the lane. Fade away. Tough one. It's up off the back of the rim. Kai busts it up. Back tap. They keep it alive. Here's Gilhul. Right corner three. Rattles it in. And we're tied at 60 as Gilhul buries his second of the day.
One of the best times there, we'll get a open 3-point shot. That's backcourt.
Oh, no whistle. Everybody else saw it. Here's Armstrong Thomas facing up on Kai. Dumped it down low. Johnson missed the rim, and Gilhul secures the rebound, ripping it away. All's well that ends well. Here's Landis coming up. And across to Rowe, high right. Out of the corner for Gilhul. He had struggled with his shot. Here's another one. No good. Look good. Rebound Johnson on the long carom. Now Campbell flying in. He missed. Landis back to interrupt. Kai had the rebound knocked out of his arms. No whistle. And Angeloff lays it in. This is getting crazy.
Got back and forth basketball here. I like it.
Kai had it slapped right across his arms and out of his hands, and now a steal. Crawford diving into the front court, and a timeout. Stockton. Rowe is laid out on the floor. Getting rough and tumble here midway through the second half. Jaden checking his chops. See if there's blood. Kai didn't see the defender from behind. Matt Hunter working the officials. It's been pretty...
all kinds of action going on.
Hasn't been a lot of attention on the officials today until now.
For Eagles football on Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
Effort is a contract, not with your parents or your teachers or your future employer. Effort is a contract you make with yourself. Effort demands that you grab every opportunity, show up, dig in. Effort is why 90% of recent graduates of York College of Pennsylvania are employed or in graduate school. And it's why all of our effort goes into making yours count. York College of Pennsylvania, your effort unbound.
Against Penn State Harrisburg. They trail 62-60 against Stockton with 10:23 to go. And this is becoming a
good ball game.
A bit of a scramble.
Yeah, good ball game.
Guys diving all over. Loose balls. I wonder who's winning the loose ball battles today. I think York.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job with it, but Stockton's got a couple too. But they're really quick to the ball. It's been, like I said, good ball game.
Side out for Stockton. Matthews Spratley looking, nothing inside. He'll go to Angeloff in time.
Nice job by York defending the action there that Stockton was looking for.
Handoff Angeloff going in, and Kai slapped it away. Good hands. It'll inbound underneath.
Stockton in a 1-4 on their blob look here.
That goes to Armstrong Thomas backpedaling. The toss out to Matthews Spratley. Matt Hunter imploring the bench to cheer on the defense. Matthew Spratley sidestep three. It's good. That was a tough one.
Yeah, you called that right. Was that tough? I mean, Jaden was right there, and he really wasn't really a step back. It was kind of a side jump three, but he really created some space there. That's a tough shot.
High arcing.
Yeah.
5-point game now. Here's Rowe off a screen from Mascari, who got dumped to the floor, and a foul on Matthew Spratley, who chose to try to go right through it.
15 foul there on Stockton, so one more, and then after that, York will be headed to the line the rest of the way.
Rowe from the hash to inbound it. Looking, he'll go to Kai out front. Now Mascari to Gilhul up top. Lets it fly. Three, it's off the front of the rim. Rebound to Angeloff. Spartans backpedaling on D. Angeloff trying to go in, kicks it. Work it back up top. Matthew Spratley, no look on a bounce to Armstrong Thomas. Now to Gaither working into the lane. Shoots it up, back rimmed it, and he pushed off trying to get his own miss.
Yeah, nice defensive possession there from York. Stockton had some good actions going, and they were getting some ball screen action, but didn't give them an inch.
So the next one York will shoot.
Yeah.
Down 65-60. As Rowe sidesteps his way across and hits Mascari, cutting to the hoop. What a pass, and the layup's good. What a cut, too. On the same page there. Now a foul coming up the floor. Gilhul whistled for the armbar defending. Rowe came in today, 4 assists per game, top 5 in the Commonwealth. Top 5 in assists, 3rd in blocks. And we know he can score. 65-62. Osprey's inbounded. Gaither straddling the top of the arc, steps to the foul line, shoots from there, and it's good. Gave him a little too much room.
Yeah, playing way off of him. He's like, okay, well, this is just basically a free throw. I'll take it.
67-62 Stockton. Mascari stepping out, takes the ball, handoff to Landis, over to Kai. Gives to Rowe, right wing. Using a Kai screen, turns into drive, off balance it goes as he hits the floor. Tough runner falling away.
Got to hustle back here. Stockton's looking to come at you. Look out.
A lob to Campbell, layup and one. Got a step behind Mascari. And on the sprint out, they answer right back.
Yeah, that's Stockton's game. You know, Jaden fell down on that tough shot, and his guy just took off. I watched. Jaden was hustling back, and somebody's got to try to pick up his man just for a moment until Jaden was able to get back. But give Stockton credit, too. That's a pretty fast coming down there and throwing up a lob. Tough finish.
I think watching them for 2 days, I think Campbell's their fastest, but they have plenty of it. Free throw's good. And they're up 6 again. 70-64 with 8:20 left. Matches their biggest lead. Spartans to work on offense. Landis with it to the right wing. Kai up top, squares up, drives on Armstrong Thomas and got there with the right arm. Got the layup up around him. 70-66. Kai with 22. Pick and roll. Armstrong Thomas blew the layup, and Kai there for the rebound. That is his 10th. It's a double-double, the 11th of his career. Big day and a historic day for him. Spartans down 4. Kai coming out to help facilitate. Hands off to Landis. Screens for him. Now to Myers, who's back in to Mascari. Through a post entry to Kai, left block. 5 to shoot. Drop step. He's way in deep. Fires it up top. Schroeder, runner. It's in! Beat the shot clock! Nick Schroeder and a timeout. Just in the nick of time, he gets it to go. And with 7:19 to play, it's a 2-point game, a 30-second timeout. 70-68, just got it off.
Yeah, that good possession there that went into the post kind of late in the possession, and Stockton defended Kai well in the post, kicked it out to Nick, and tough little awkward-looking floater. And big shot there from Nick.
Spartans shooting 56%, 60% this half, 4 for their last 5. Kai 9 for his last 10.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Sorry, I didn't have my mic.
Mike's a little floppy, isn't it?
Yeah, my bad. Yeah, 9 out of 10. That'll do. He's getting good looks. A lot of it is catching the ball in the perimeter, and Stockton's up on him. A lot of teams give him space, but Stockton's up on him, so he's kind of blowing by. And once he gets a step, what do they say? When you're even, you're leaving.
Yeah.
And Tate's got it. Oh, no.
Almost picked the inbound. Jamar Johnson trying to attack that aggressive play, speeding it up. Ospreys into their half-court set. Matthews Spratley with Schroeder stuck to him, gives it away to Campbell. Campbell through the lane, reaching for the dribble, recovered it, and hands to Johnson. Floater inside, missed it. Mascari tips the rebound. Landis there to grab another loose ball. Lead pass ahead. Kai pass, Matthews Spratley lays it in. We're tied at 70. Here come the Ospreys. Angelov rejected by Tate Landis. He swats it away down low.
York again getting some transition points. Kai doing a good job running the floor. And Stockton tried to run right back at him. Tate did a really good job defending that there.
Bench fired up, telling them to sit, stay seated. As Kai denies the inbound and forces the Ospreys to do it again.
That's your favorite, when the refs tell the bench to sit down. You really like that, don't you?
I do. I mean, they should be. They need to obey. Inbound goes to Paiute. And they'll work it out near midcourt. Angelov trying to load up the set. Starts in, pivots back. Left elbow jumper rattled out. Look out. Myers coming down to the floor with it. And they call him for a travel as he got knocked sideways midair.
Yeah, unfortunate there. And kind of just lost his footing. And when you go down with it there with the ball in your hands, that's travel. But I don't know, nothing to be. I mean, Coach Hunter's, that's great effort there from Chris. York's really playing hard, doing a heck of a job here on the defensive end.
I'm glad he got up all right.
Yeah.
Ospreys back at it. E.J. Matthews Spratley from way downtown missed a 3. Rebound batted up off the glass. Gaither's got it, fakes, and he's fouled. And they'll send him to the line. Chris Myers did his best to stuff one.
Spratley finally missed one. Unfortunately, we're not able to get the rebound.
Tavon Gaither at the line. He's got 10 today.
Big, strong kid. Sorry about that. I don't know. I think that was my readers hitting the mic.
Gaither's first is good.
Need the readers now.
But not to see the action.
No, just the stats.
Just for reading. Gaither was a second-team All-NJAC guy last year. Now junior, Mount Laurel, New Jersey. Second one up, and got it. He breaks the tie at 72 to 70. Stockton, Gilhul back for Myers. And coach makes sure he gives Chris some encouragement. Frustrating day with 3 fouls, but might make a big impact before it's all said and done. He has in other ways. Here's Kai down in the left block. Works his way in, drop step to the hoop, lays it home. We're tied again. I don't know how you stop that.
Yeah, that's just really simple there. Just dribble it down to the wing. Kai had good posts, and if Stockton's not going to come and help or double it all, that's too easy.
Tied at 72. Jaden face guarding Matthews Spratley in the left corner. It'll be Campbell stepping into a 3. Bricked it. Schroeder going to the floor. He's got the rebound and saves it to Kai.
Nice job there by Nick with the box out. That was a tough rebound to get. Came in kind of hard. Big rebound. Keep it simple. Go back to him.
Kai right block, holding it. ISO'd. Spin move, fake, up, it's good, and a foul called! Kai Cipalla taking over this game, and the Spartans lead 74-72.
Yeah, just last 2 times, Daryl, it's just a matter of coming down and just throwing it in there. Stockton's kind of playing straight behind him, and then once the ball's in there, they're not really looking to double or anything like that. So I'd look for York to keep looking at that.
Landis back in for Schroeder. Nice job from Nick. Kai's and one is in and out. And the rebound to Matthews Spratley. 74-72 York with a little over 5 minutes to go. Here's Gaither with it. Dribbling inside the arc. Landis a reach. Gaither peeled away. Over to Armstrong Thomas on the right. He hands it off. Gilhul fights to get back on to Angeloff, who drives. And a foul called on Gilhul, forcing him down deep. That comes with the shot clock. It had gotten down to 6.
They were in a tough spot there, so tough call there to send him to the line, because it sure looked like they weren't not getting anything good. York really playing off the 2 big guys that Stockton have on the court, really playing way off of them, kind of clogging up the middle, letting those guys shoot a 15-footer if they want it. Most of the times they're not looking to take it.
Front end of a 1-and-1 is good.
So the defense is kind of working out now. Now Stockton making a little adjustment, taking one of the big guys out and keeping. So they're kind of 4 guards with 1 big in now.
Gaither coming out. Angeloff, born in Bulgaria, was on their under-20 national team, moved to Jersey in 7th grade. He makes both. Tied at 74 with just under 5 minutes to play. Rowe hustles it up. Hits a trailing Landis open in the middle. To Mascari, squares up, top of the arc. And bounces it off to Landis again. Over to Kai right side. Dribbles foul line. Throws it back to Rowe. 10 to shoot. Down to Mascari on the block. Opposite wing kick. Gilhul a 3. It's short. And the rebound kept alive to Pat. Dribbled in deep and chucked it out to Mascari. He shoots 3. Way off. Hit the glass. And here comes Stockton the other way. Jamar Johnson to Angeloff, waiting to shoot. That is way off. Rebound, Gilhul.
He always has a hitch in his shot, but that was a little extra hitch there.
He's got some...
Made me a little jumpy.
It's a strange rotation on it, too.
Yeah.
But he scores a ton.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I mean, he's really, really good around the basket, so I'd rather see him take that 3 than going to the basket. Stockton, that time, doubling.
Tate with 3 to shoot. Mascari has to launch. He got it at the horn! Jackson Mascari threw it up. It's a 3-pointer, and the Spartans lead with 3.5 to play. 17 for Mascari. Defense looking to dig in now. Jamar Johnson left baseline, heaves it out to Angeloff, dribbles in, shoots and hits, mid-range. A 1-point lead with 3:18 to go and a timeout. 77-76, a 30-second timeout, and now they'll make it a full, so we'll step away. 3:18 remaining. Stay with us. We've got a gem for you here today on the Spartan Sports Network.
When you work with an independent insurance agent, you put the power of choice to work for you. Independent agent.
FM and 1350.
Effort is a contract, not with your parents or your teachers or your future employer. Effort is a contract you make with yourself. Effort demands that you grab every opportunity, show up, dig in. Effort is why 90% of recent graduates of York College of Pennsylvania are employed or in graduate school. And it's why all of our effort goes into making yours count. York College of Pennsylvania, your effort unbound.
Stockton probably looked at the video and said it did a good job, and Jackson, we've seen that so many times. I mean, you're there at the end of the shot clock, Stockton defended it well, and he kind of is forced to just throw up a three, and he has an uncanny ability of making those shots. Tip your cap to him. But it'll be interesting. Sorry,
you're good.
It'll be interesting to see how in the last 3 minutes Stockton decides to defend the post. I'd imagine they would stick with what they did last time and send a double team at Kai if York goes in there.
He's had a huge day with obviously his 1,000th, but 28 points, 10 boards. It's 5 points away from a career high. Full court pressure, Masciari into Rowe. And Rowe will start it ahead. Into Tate Landis' hands. Jamar Johnson up tightly with him. Landis a bounce to Kai up high, his back to the hoop. Out to Rowe, screens for Rowe, pick and roll. Kai splits the defense, scores and one! He scoops it in! I don't know if he can be stopped today. Another way to get him involved going to the hoop, and he's got 30 with 3 minutes to go.
Just a great play, great pass by Jaden. There wasn't a whole lot of space there, but he did a little pocket bounce pass. And then you got Kai just doing what Kai does and kind of makes it look easy, but that's not easy. To that type of finish, good all-around play. But York really likes in the last 3 minutes to go with that middle ball screen action with Jaden and Kai. So work there. I'd expect to keep seeing it.
Free throw puts him up 80-76. Matthew Spratley, a runner he missed. Tate Landis on the boards, ahead to Myers. Cipalla was back but covered. And Myers will go cross court to Rowe. Kai wants it. A lob, leaping grab. He's triple teamed down low. And a step out, or the ball hit the end line after it was knocked out by Stockton. York will keep it.
Nice job again by looking down the floor and seeing the mismatch in the post and threw it in there.
2:35 to go. Lead is 4. Rowe, baseline trigger. And he'll throw it out deep. Kai runs it down. Waits to try to hand it back off. That was covered. Myers right baseline drive, stripped loose, and saved in. I think Jamar Johnson got the steal. It was saved in for him. Here's Campbell spinning to the hoop, and he hit the bottom of the rim, and the rebound tipped into Kai's hands. Another stop for the defense.
Last 2 times, Stockton's really trying to come in transition. York's just doing a good job holding their ground, making Stockton finish it with tough finishes, and they haven't been able to.
2 minutes to go. Lead is 4.
There's the middle ball screen.
Rowe working it. The roll was covered to go to Myers up top. Masciari left side, 3 to shoot. A three-pointer airballed at this time. Campbell to catch. Here comes Matthew Spratley up the middle. Myers to meet him. Works his way to the lane. And floats it out left corner to Campbell. Landis with him and out for a reset. 90 seconds to go. Matthew Spratley contested 3. Back rim. Campbell had the rebound and was run into. Great D from Myers on that 3-point try. They're going to have a 1-and-1 at the line.
Yeah, the defense, Daryl from York, the last couple minutes has been outstanding. 1-on-1 here. Want to get the 100 kids involved to get a miss here, and then you got to make sure Jackson and Kai get a good box out, get this rebound.
Wait for Kai to tie his shoe. Eric Campbell with 16 on the day. Here's the front end. It's good. 80-77.
You can expect if this goes in, Stockton to full court press, and I'm sure they'll run with a double team at some point. So got to take care of the ball. Ooh.
Second bounces off, and Myers brings it down.
Here comes the press. Even on the miss, they're coming with the press. Careful with the double team as soon as they cross.
Landis across the timeline, hands to Rowe. Minute 15 left. Up 3. Matt Hunter wants time, and they'll take it. With 1:11 remaining, York 80, Stockton 77. It's a full timeout brought to you by Gladfelder Insurance on the Spartan Sports Network.
Insurance is more than a piece of paper. It's about being there, dependably, in the moments that matter most, and about the relationships you build with the people around you during those crucial moments. Gladfelder Insurance Group, an AIG company, is there for our clients and agents striving to be an insurer of choice. Named the best place to work in PA for the past 19 consecutive years and counting, we're dedicated to being an employer of choice. Learn more at gladfelders.com.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
So York up 80-77. And Dean, the defensive effort today, just outstanding. And the rebounds as well. And a lot of them, it's taken 2 or 3 guys, ball tipped, sometimes hitting the floor before they grab it, but the effort has been awesome.
Yeah, it's really been and they do that all the time, all year long. It's a team rebounding effort, but it's really on display today because playing against Stockton, they're a team that really hits the boards. Impressive overall effort. So we've got a minute 10 left, down 3. Stockton's just going to play this straight up with 16 seconds left to go in the shot clock. Want to execute. Probably going to see either the middle ball screen action or maybe get Kai right in the post. Stockton's actually shown zone, so you want to execute zone offense, see if you can get it into the middle to Jackson and then make a play from there.
Pass batted back to the table, and it'll come out with 4 to shoot.
And that's where Tate was going with it, but Stockton, you got to give them credit. 4 seconds. Stockton out of the zone. Now they're man-to-man. Want to make sure, if nothing else, that you get something up on the rim.
Rowe into Mascari, dished it back. Rowe chucks a prayer and airballed it. Right. So Stockton ball with 55.9 to go. By the way, York 1 timeout left. Stockton's got 2. And they'll get a couple of their better scorers in. Gaither and McKee, who can be a 3-point threat.
Yeah, York just showing this 1-2-2. Making Stockton take some time off the clock.
Got it over, down to 45 seconds left. Gaither out high, hands it off. Campbell to Matthews Spratley. Myers is on him. Backs his way toward the paint. Fake, steps around, scoops it. It goes in. Wow. It was hanging on the side. Timeout Stockton. 28 for Matthews Spratley. It's 80-79 with 30.9 to go.
Nice defense by Chris there. Tip the cap to Spratley, and that thing was just hanging on the rim. I thought it was going to go our way, but ended up going in. So the one thing that happened there is it forced Stockton to take a good bit of time on the shot clock. So essentially, shot clock's off. So they're not going to, they're going to have to play the foul game as long as you take care of the ball.
I wonder what we'll see here. That, like you mentioned, they sort of disguised their defensive approach last time out of the York timeout.
Yeah. I think we'll see, you're going to see the press here. I wouldn't be surprised to see some sort of trap right on the catch. See if they're going to try to maybe spend a couple seconds to try to get a steal. If they don't get a steal and once York crosses half court, I would expect Stockton to use a foul.
Well, the 2 games that York's been involved in this weekend are good for the. They're either good or bad for the heart health. I'm not sure. Forcing your heartbeat up.
It's like I said yesterday, it's fun. I'm a lot more relaxed up here than back when I was coaching. I was down there. It's those guys are. Yeah, it's a But it's been a really good game. Well played both ways.
That'll line up full court.
Jackson can run the baseline here to help it get an angle on the pass to get the ball in bounds. Nice seal there by Jaden.
Yeah, got it into him. Had to work for it. Ahead to Mascari. Floats it ahead to Myers. Oh, they were looking down low to Kai. Stockton got back. Now Landis is fouled with 21.2 to go. It'll be a 1-and-1. 80-79 York. A 1-and-1 for Tate. Stockton's 9th foul.
Yeah, 9th foul. So you're going to have a 1-on-1 here. The front end is important. But good execution there from York. I think Chris probably thought maybe to lob it up there to Kai, but I think it was right decision to make the play and just hold on to the ball and force Stockton to foul.
Official bounces it to Tate. And into his routine. First one up. He got it. Huge. 81-79.
Yeah, good looking shot there. And just want to repeat that same routine. Make sure you get back on defense. Actually, York will, if this goes in, when it goes in, they'll set up in the 1-2-2. Try to get.
Here it is. He got it. Both of them. 82-79. 20 seconds left. Here's Campbell shy of half court to Matthews Spratley. Dribbles right side, turns in, a bounce left corner. McKee open three. It's good. We're tied with 8.8 to go. Timeout Stockton. Logan McKee, the freshman, his first points of the day, and we're tied at 82.
Yeah, Jackson was kind of forced to help on the drive, and then unfortunately, you don't want to give up a three there. Maybe helped a little bit too much, but tough shot from McKee, especially when he hasn't been in the game all that much in the second half. That's a tough shot to take, but here we are, 8.8. Got a tie game. You got to put that behind you and execute coming out of the timeout here.
Up coach gets him right back into the huddle with the marker board. 8.8 left to try to come up with a point of any sort.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see how much pressure Stockton, comes out with. I would think it would just kind of be straight up solid pressure. 9 seconds, basically got 9 seconds. There's a lot you can do here. And once you get the ball in the half court, you can still have maybe time for some sort of ball screen. And Kai's trying to hide in the corner and see if nobody sees him. I won't tell anybody if Stockton doesn't see him.
That was Stockton's last time out. York's got one.
You're too good of a player, Kai. They're going to find where you are.
Mascari will be the passer again. And in it goes to Rowe. Down to 7 seconds. He'll speed it to the far sideline. He slips. We were trying to call timeout, and Matt Hunter got it from the bench. Yeah. There's been some slipping today.
Yeah, there has been.
Full timeout with 4.2 to go, so they'll have a front court inbound, and they'll try to draw up a game winner. It's York's final timeout.
Yeah, Coach Hunter's pretty consistent in that situation. He wants to, if he has enough time, he wants to get the ball to half court and call timeout so they can run one of their sideline out of bounds actions. Yesterday they ran a really good sideline out of bounds play. They were down 3, so it's a little bit different, but they emptied out the side and lobbed it all the way to the weak side to Kai. Not sure you're going to do that in this situation, being in a tie game, but it's something to keep in mind.
Well, wouldn't that be a way to cap off a historic day?
Yeah.
Good thing we get.
And one thing you can do, and one of the advantages of calling a timeout when you get it to side is you can go directly into the post from the side. It gets hard to throw it into the post if you're just in a full court action there. So that's one of the advantages of calling a timeout like they did.
Now we get treated to some extra Phil Collins here.
Yeah, love it.
It's 2 timeouts in a row. Yep. All right, here we go. Spartans trying to author the biggest win of their season so far.
One thing to keep an eye out when they come out is Stockton guarding the ball, or is the guy guarding the inbounder maybe down in closer to the post area? Looks like he's going to be on the ball.
A row from the far sideline. 4.2. Tie game. He looks. He bounces into Kai. Turns into the lane. Bulldozes his way in. Tossed it up. Missed. And a rebound to Stockton. We're going overtime again. All right.
More free basketball.
On we go. Tied at 82.
Yeah, I think Coach Hunter's going to be happy with what they got there. They went directly into Kai. Kai did what you should do, go to the basket. Stockton did what they should do too, and they ran a crowd around him, made it really tough on Kai. So tip of your cap to both teams there in that situation.
Well, it was Logan McKee's three-pointer with 8.8 left that tied it.
Yeah.
And that presents 5 more minutes for us. Back-to-back days with overtime hoops. And tied at 82. Spartans are 0-2 in overtime this year, including yesterday. This will be Stockton's first overtime game. One thing we don't, well, I've made half my point. I guess I have to finish it.
I'm waiting.
Well,
it sounded like it was going to be really good.
Neither team has the foul issues that we did at this point yesterday.
Yeah, I haven't even really paid attention. Good point as anybody, and nobody with 4, huh?
No. I will jump it up again.
Yeah, see if you can win the tip here like Kai did yesterday. So always want to get that first possession if you can in overtime.
Kai against Christian Armstrong Thomas. And the ball is up, and Kai wins it way back to Chris Myers. So away we go. Spartans on offense first to our right. Here's Mascari with it. Pivoting, goes over to Kai left wing. To Rowe out front. They switch on the screen. Rowe whips it to Myers. Left wing, 3. Airballed it. Tate goes airborne to save it in, but right to the Ospreys. And here comes Gaither the other way. Fired it down low. Kai in the way. Mascari knocks it away to Tate Landis to get a steal.
Nice hustle back. Looked like Stockton had numbers. Good hustle back there from York to get the steal.
Here's Rowe with it. Works in.
Nice
kicks
read.
Left corner. Myers. 3-ball. There it is. Chris Myers opens the scoring in overtime with a 3.
Nice read there by Jaden. Big crowd around the roll guy. Good job by Chris.
Campbell a fade. It rolls in. Top of the lane, and he's hurt.
Hope he's okay. Came down holding that knee.
Yikes.
Was he holding the thigh? Yeah.
Matt Hunter tells his guys come back toward the bench.
Yeah, I hope the young man's okay. Maybe. Oh, it looks like a cramp.
Nate Cook will be put to work. Now 85-84 York with 4:04 to go. What a high-level game today.
Yeah, it really is. It's been a treat to watch. But really like that last possession. A couple different reasons. You know, they ran the middle ball screen action, and Stockton's really trying to put a crowd around Kai. Jaden didn't force it. Chris was wide open in the corner. What I liked a lot is Chris, struggling a little bit tonight and just had a tough shot the previous possession before, but he didn't let that deter him. He just caught that shot ready, and Chris is a good shooter. Once he catches it and square to the basket, I like him taking that shot all the time.
110th career-made 3 for him.
Yeah.
Great time for it. 5th-year Spartan. Wasn't sure last year if he'd come back, but he couldn't shake it. Still working on Campbell.
Not, right? Yeah, I think he's okay. Nice job by Nate there to.
Nate's the man.
Nate's the man. Yeah, he's definitely got maybe a cramp. Well, I should stop. I did not stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night, so.
Well, you sure sound smart.
Well,
those readers.
Deceiving.
Now, the lead is 1 as we are almost through a minute of overtime. Mascari, the baseline passer again, into Landis in the backcourt. And he'll handle a couple defenders in his path. He'll work it across. Now to Rowe, who opens up out deep. Kai coming out high. He screens. Rowe goes to Myers' left wing. The post-up was covered enough. Rowe now going left off a Kai pick to Myers' left corner. Out front, Mascari. Shot fake. Moves in. Kicks to Landis. 3. It's good! Tate Landis with 1 on the shot clock. Hits 1. 88-84 with 3.5 to play in OT. Here's Matthew Spratley. A runner. No good. Out of bounds off Stockton. And the Spartans get a stop.
Really nice possession time before, Daryl. Everybody touched it. Extra pass. Great job by Tate catching it, shot ready, and knocking it down at the end of the shot clock. And then a great job getting back and forcing Spratley in a tough shot. Ooh.
Tate with 15 today. 2 big free throws late in regulation. He is at the controls, and he gives to Mascari. Now to Myers out front. Going to the high post for Kai this time. Myers takes a spill down low. They hand off to Rowe out top. Over to Landis, right wing. Another one. This one off the side of the rim. Offensive board. Mascari puts it back. On the backside doorstep. There he was, and the lead is 6. 90-84. Here's Matthew Spratley trying to body into the lane. Sets up Gaither, left baseline. Jumper bounces straight up, and Karam's in. Need to tighten those rims a little more. 90-86.
Just the one that the other team shoot at.
Yeah. Maybe like a remote control. Rose speeding toward the table, drew a trap and found an open Landis. Now they set up their offense. 2:10 to go in OT. 12 to shoot. Here's Kai, high post handoff. Myers driving in, lost the handle. Stockton the other way. Angelov stops, shoots 3. It's off the front of the rim. And Gaither, the offensive board, top of the lane, spins, puts it up. He missed! And Kai rips it down. Foul called with 1:52 to go. Kai was sandwiched in there and found a way to pull in his 12th rebound.
Yeah, Stockton did a nice job there to get themselves a second opportunity, but Kai held his ground, made it a tough putback, and then went up and grabbed a really tough rebound. Important free throws here.
We'll have 2 of them. Minute 52 to go in period 3. First, it's good. 91-86. 32 points, 12 rebounds. On a career type of day for the stud. One more. And it rolls in. He has tied his career high with 33. Spartans up 92-86. A minute 50 left in overtime. Here's Matthew Spratley trying to dip inside, and Jaden Rose stopped him. Got it back. Here's Angela. Well, he left his feet, made a pass out instead. And Matthew Spratley, a 3 right down the chute. Timeout, a minute 33 to go. 92-89, and he has 31.
Give Stockton credit. They're not going away. The initial was really well defended. Initial set there from Stockton, really well defended by York. Able to get it out to knock it out to Spratley, who's feels like he doesn't miss much tonight.
My. the NPI ratings that have them number 1 in the nation coming into this weekend. Spartans 4-3 coming in, 0-2 in overtime, including the tough-to-stomach game yesterday. But, man, have they responded.
Sure have. A lot of time left, minute and a half, 3-point ball game. You're going to see Stockton's full court pressure here. York's done a really good job handling that all game long. A lot of credit to Tate and Jaden for that.
Stockton has expended its overtime timeout. Spartans have 1. Mascari bouncing it in. Rose seals off Crawford to receive it. Double coming. He's got Landis. And Tate will steer it the rest of the way across. Handoff Mascari. Now to Rowe. Minute 20 to go in OT. Kai to the high post. Squares up. And he'll go to Rowe. Right side of the arc. Screen for him. Jaden over to Myers, to Mascari, left wing. Jackson working in on a spin, left hand scoop. Oh my, what a finish. Mascari with 21. 94-89 with a minute to go. McKee left corner 3 off the glass and he missed. Angel off the board. And out to reset. Matthew Spratley step back 3, right wing. It's good again. Come on now. 47.2 left in overtime. 94-92.
17-second difference on the shot clock, so Stockton's has plenty of time here. They're just going to play this straight up. York just wants to break the press, run with their offense. They've really executed well. Don't need to worry too much about using time. You just want to make sure you get a good shot.
Landis calmly worked it up. Now into their offense, 15 to shoot. Kai with McKee overplaying, a dribble off a leg, and Stockton's got it. They turn it back over. Shot clock off, 22 seconds left. And Rowe is fouled with 19.3 to go. Kai was going to try to make a move toward the hoop to maybe finish the job. His dribble went off an Osprey's leg. Matthew Spratley dove on it, but from the floor, threw it right back to Mascari.
Yeah, a little fortuitous there for York to look like Stockton was heading the other way.
2 for Rowe. Here's the first. Off the heel of the rim. The lead remains 2.
It got really quiet in here.
It's like golf.
Jaden might be better with a little bit of just background noise or something.
Spins it to himself. 2 dribbles, second one up. It's in.
There we go.
95-92. Stockton out of timeouts. Final 15 seconds. Here's Angeloff going all the way in. And the layup is good with 9.3.
They have no timeouts left. But they did get enough time to set up the press. Oh, boy.
Inbound ahead to Kai at the table. They foul him with 8.6 to go. So Kai with 2.
Yeah, Stockton, if they didn't get that foul there on Kai, they were going to have Chris with a wide open layup. Give him credit for getting there for the foul.
Kai's sitting on a career best 33. And the first, bouncing in, a new career high on an unbelievable day for Cipalla, 96-94.
I think you might see Coach Hunter call a timeout here on the make.
To the stripe, second, bounces off, rebound Matthew Spratley. 5 seconds left. This is the game. Matthew Spratley to Gaither, fakes, floats it. It bounces off, and this game's over. Spartans win in overtime, 96-94. The win of the season to this point. And the Spartans, who dropped A heartbreaker in overtime yesterday. Win an even more thrilling overtime game today.
What a game. What a game, back and forth. Players making plays, making shots. Well-played game all around. Just a great job. And give Stockton credit there at the end. They got a good-looking shot there at the end. Just wasn't able to go down. Great victory for the Spartans. Says a lot after yesterday and how tough that was yesterday. Says a lot about the character of the team, the coaches, everybody involved with the program to bounce back with this type of effort today. And this is what this team's capable of doing. Stockton's one of the better teams in the country, and we see it today that, just going toe-to-toe with them. It's not like Stockton played bad. They did a good job, played well, and just a treat to watch.
Wow. 96-94 in OT, powered by Kai Cipalla's career-high 34. Some of the lasting images as they made their way off the court. Matt Hunter and Scott Bittner chatting as they were sort of slapping each other's backs after a grueling, exhausting day, I'm sure, for both of them. Mascari and Myers walked off toward the locker room, arms around each other. Guys got to be zonked after back-to-back overtime games, but this one went a little bit better for the home team, didn't it? And I think it's safe to say the win of the year to this point, Dean, as they go to 5-3. Oh, by the way, Merry Christmas, everybody. And their first overtime win of the season. And, not to get too far ahead, conference play will be that'll be huge. It'll be a test, but a non-conference win of this caliber could make a real difference late in the year. It could take you a long way.
Yeah, this is, like you said, probably the best win of the year, and it's got to give the guys a lot of confidence as you start to get ready for conference play. When you have a game like this against a team like this, just a great effort all around. And yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's crazy. It's only a couple days away. I guess I should start shopping soon.
Oh, you have 3.5 days. You're good.
Okay.
You are good. Final score today, Spartans 96, the Ospreys 94 in overtime. That was an instant classic. We will take a timeout. Post-game show coming up, and we do expect to hear from Spartan head coach Matt Hunter in just a moment, so stay with us as the Spartans win an absolute thriller this afternoon. We'll be back to the Grumbacher Center in just a moment here on the Spartan Sports Network.
Today, it seems everybody is offering a discount on car insurance, but at what price? Reduced protection and personal service. At State Farm, you can earn discounts and still get full service and dependable protection from the world's largest car insurer. See me, Trish Hauser, 1865 Susquehanna Trail North, York, for the State Farm multiple line discount. With State Farm, you get an agent you can depend on and an insurance company you can trust. For the details on State Farm's multiple line discount, see me, Trish Hauser.
Hunters Hill Orthodontics is a longtime staple in the orthodontic care community. With 3 convenient locations in York and Dillsburg, our practice's top priority is to provide you with the highest quality orthodontic care, offering conventional braces and Invisalign in a friendly, comfortable environment. Check us out on Facebook or our website at www.drgregbennett.com. Hunters Hill Orthodontics. We've got your smile.
Since 1957, Shiloh Roofing in York has been the gold standard of roofing and repairs. Shiloh Roofing is family-owned and operated, serving York and the surrounding areas. They not only do all kinds of roofing work, but they've expanded into spouting and siding work as well. They handle all of their customers' needs, and they now also offer financing. Give them a call today, 717-764-1269 for Shiloh Roofing in York.
There's drive inside you. You're ready to go for it. And York College of Pennsylvania will help you get there. From practical internships to industry connections, all of our effort goes into making sure yours counts. At York College, 1 out of 3 students lands a job before graduation. It's where hard work fuels success. Discover the power of your college at ycp.edu.
When the snow falls and the temperature drops, you need an energy partner you can depend on to keep your family warm and comfortable. At Shipley Energy, your comfort is our top priority. With award-winning service and a Better Business Bureau rating of A+, you can rely on the Shipley Energy team for top-quality heating and cooling service, installations, and furnace repairs. Visit us online to schedule your next service appointment today at www.shipleyenergy.com/schedule. Shipley Energy, energy for what matters.
At Shipley Energy, your comfort is prioritized above all else. As a next-door neighborhood favorite for 3 years in a row, we're proud to serve our communities with best-in-class heating and cooling service. Take the hassle out of scheduling your next furnace or air conditioning service appointment by visiting our website at www.shipleyenergy.com/schedule for quick and easy online booking. Shipley Energy, energy for what matters.
Your home for York's home team. The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK. York.
Spartans win an absolute classic today, 96-94, the final in overtime as they improved to 5-3. Stockton has its 7-game winning streak snapped. They go to 9-2 as the Spartans knock off the number 22 ranked team in the nation in D3 hoops. And again, by the NPI measurement, number 1 in the country coming into this weekend. Daryl Henry, Dean Gamber back with you post-game. The players begin to emerge from the locker room as, again, it had to be the win of the year. What a gutty effort, and listen to the ovation that they get. A historic day for one Kai Cipalla as he sets a career high with 34 and scored his 1,000th point on his 5th point of the day. But Dean, what kind of effort did this take on both sides? Because they seem to run the offense well, but the defensive effort was just outstanding. Yeah,
it just took an extraordinary effort for both ends of the floor, really, and that's what York gave tonight. They were really good defensively, made it tough, even though they gave up 94 points. I thought they did an excellent job on the defensive end, forced Stockton into a lot of tough shots. Really impressed with the rebounding, and then offensively, they really executed well in the half court all game long. And then got some key transition buckets, which I thought was a big part of the game. Stockton likes to play that way, so I think York took advantage of it when they had the chance. And just a great all-around effort, both ends of the floor.
Yeah, fun to see when Stockton tried to make little defensive adjustments, but York's got answers. They've got multiple things that work with the talent that they've got on the floor.
Yeah, the way the team is, that if you try to take one thing away, that opens other things up, and I think that's what happened. So,
all right. Well, Matt Hunter making his way up here post game. The Hunter kids were the first to greet him as the Spartans pull off an absolute thriller here this afternoon. 96-94, the final score in overtime. There goes Dean's water jug. But, the Spartans can enjoy this one until next Monday, the 30th, when Penn State Harrisburg comes in. That'll be their next game. But, boy, Matt, congratulations. This has to be up there with one of the all-time classics that you've been a part of in this building. You've had some crazy finishes, but this was certainly up there.
Yeah, no, that was a great game. The guys just kind of stuck with it, and obviously we had a really tough physical game yesterday, and things didn't go our way at the very end. But then today they were the fact that we were able to kind of mentally get past that and then physically compete at the level we did against an absolutely awesome team. It was awesome.
Yeah. Before we get too far, you had a surprise greeting. The kids were trying to hide from you.
Yeah, they blew it. But they had a lot of fun here. It was really cool. My sister to bring them up and have a great time. So It was great.
Best free throw defense in all the land, huh?
Yeah, right. They were trying. I don't know if it worked, but they were certainly trying and having fun doing it.
Well, explain to everybody how good Stockton is and what type of effort this really took for your team today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they've won a ton of games already this year, a lot by a large margin. I mean, they're literally the number one team in the country coming into today by the new MPI stuff. So they've had a great start to the year, and it was a tremendous mental and physical effort by our players today.
Yeah. Is everybody a little exhausted at the end of this weekend?
I would think so. I know I am. I thought that they did. They should be exhausted, but now we get a couple days to relax and enjoy some time with their families. I mean, look at this; it's really cool. We got family all over the place here, and they get to go spend some time with them and relax and enjoy that, and then come back and we get right back into big-time basketball games.
Yeah. Well, right now, Cipalla posing for a photo with that 1,000-point banner. Not only did he get to that historical milestone today, but a career-high 34 points. How would you describe the effort that you got out of him today?
Yeah, I think once we got that mess out of the way, he played fantastic, and so it was great to see him settle into the game, and obviously, he gave us a tremendous effort on both ends of the floor.
A couple other guys, Jackson Mascieri, Tate Landis, just to name a couple, big shots, handled the ball a ton for you. Huge games from them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. They make it really difficult with that press, and it's consistent and it's relentless. There was not one possession that we didn't face full court pressure. And I think we did a really, really good job. There was one little spell. We went up 22-14 there in the first half where we got a little quick, and it wasn't necessarily that we turned it over, but we just made a couple poor decisions on offense. But we handled the pressure well, and we just kind of kept getting to what we needed to do offensively.
Who won the battle of pace today?
I don't know if either one of us did.
Yeah.
It was somewhere in between. It was not as slow as some of our games and not as fast as a lot of their games. So probably right down the middle would be my guess.
Felt like loose ball battles were huge for your team today.
Yeah, I mean they're tough and they're physical and they're competitive and so are we. And so you got to make those balls where it's kind of 50-50 and the more of those that you can get, the better opportunity you have to be successful. Those are winning plays, and we continued. We didn't get them all, but we got some big ones there down the stretch.
A couple other guys, Gilholz struggled with the shot a little bit recently. Myers had the early foul trouble, but, man, when you needed some big threes, those guys were there for you too.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what makes our team so special, We saw Pat make one, and the whole team erupted, It was awesome, and he hit a big one, and yeah, Chris on the lift and the ball screen hit a huge one. And he hit the open one in the corner there in big time minutes, So it's what being a team is all about. You're kind of put in those moments. You don't know where you're going to be, when you're going to be there, but when it's your time, you got to raise up and make the right play. And those guys had opportunities today and knocked them down.
Do you ever, to yourself, wonder why do I schedule this difficult?
No, it makes us better. It's fun. It's what you come here to do. You come here to compete at the highest level, and you don't test yourself. You don't get any better by doing it any other way, in my opinion.
Yeah, but what does this win do for your team? Maybe the belief of what it's capable of.
Yeah, we get to see one happen. We had been in that situation a couple times and seen it go away from us. So just another thing in our library that we can see and see the success and be ready to next time when the opportunity in this situation we have this to look back on.
By the way, when you're hosting, it's a whole lot more for you to do as a head coach, isn't there, when you're the host?
Yeah, we it's making sure that the tournament goes well and all that. And I think our staff did a great job, and we were able to run a great tournament. So it was a good weekend for everybody.
Yeah, it was awesome. Love that you're doing this and showing off our facility. It's about as fun a weekend as could be, and capped off with a tremendous win. So, Coach, we appreciate it. As always, Merry Christmas to you and the entire family that's here to see a great win for your Spartans today. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks to everybody for tuning in, and enjoy some time with your family and friends, and we'll see you on the 30th.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Matt Hunter joining us post-game as the Spartans win a classic 96-94 in OT here today. We'll take a timeout. More on the post-game coming up here on the Spartan Sports Network.
At Donegal, we understand there are many costs associated with running a business. That's why Donegal works with you to provide quality insurance products based on your business needs, and why we deliver that insurance at a price to fit your budget. Call your local independent Donegal agent today and discover why, when it comes to insurance for your business, Donegal is a better value. Contact Coatman Kunkel Insurance at 717-854-0300 or stop in at 3217 East Market Street, York. Locally owned and operated by Pam and Rudy Coatman. Coatman Kunkel Insurance.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports, sponsored by Allstate. The NCAA Division I Women's Volleyball Championship match is set after a thrilling semifinal doubleheader Thursday. In the first matchup, Louisville rallied to defeat Pittsburgh after dropping the first set on its home floor. The Cardinals were also trailing 23-19 in the third set before rattling off 4 straight points to tie it up, ultimately winning the set 29-27. The Cardinals and head coach Danny Busboom Kelly are searching for the program's first ever championship.
I think this team just really understands what it takes, and I think being at home will definitely help us. I thought the crowd was huge tonight, and it kind of propelled us when things felt a little tight.
In the nightcap, Penn State rallied from 2 sets down to defeat Nebraska in a 5-set slugfest. The Nittany Lions are looking to win their 8th title, but first since 2014. The championship match will take place on Sunday in Louisville. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Amy Lawrence on Westwood One.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like to check your sunroof is closed first before driving through the car wash.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, no. Wait, whoa.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary. Terms apply. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
O'Reilly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts. Ryan Radke here from Sunday Night Football on Westwood One. We've got an NFC battle coming up when the Cowboys host the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay, led by the explosive combo of Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans, is 8-6 and leading the NFC South. Now they face Micah Parsons and the 6-8 Cowboys. Can Dallas keep their slim postseason hopes alive? Join Mike Golick and me to find out on Sunday Night Football.
On Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WOYK.
O'Reilly.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Hey, I'm Brett Podolsky, co-founder of The Farmer's Dog. We make fresh food for dogs. We started the company when we saw what a huge difference it made in my own dog, Jada, when she stopped eating ultra-processed kibble and started eating fresh, whole food. The Farmer's Dog food isn't fancy. It's just real food delivered to your door in pre-portioned packs. It's better for them and easier for you.
Get 50% off your first box at thefarmersdog.com/trial50. That's thefarmersdog.com/trial50.
Based right here in York, Gladfelder Insurance Group is one of the largest program managers and insurance brokers in the United States, with more than 500 associates serving over 30,000 clients. From the Gladfelder Agency, an all-lines full-service agency in York, to specialty programs insurance serving the needs of commercial clients, including emergency responders, healthcare facilities, schools, towns, churches, and more, Gladfelder has been earning the trust of its clients for over 70 years. Gladfelder Insurance Group, a tradition of service founded on trust. Gladfelder Insurance Group is a proud supporter of York College of Pennsylvania and Spartan Athletics on WOYK.
We're screaming green. How about you? The York College Spartans play here. Sports Radio 98.9 FM and 1350 WO.
Today, Spartans win it 96-94 in overtime. Final segment, Scott Geis joins us for that, the athletic communications guru here at York. We've yet to hear from you this weekend. You've been running around too.
Yeah, it's been a little bit of a nutty weekend, and but a lot of fun. And certainly having a tournament like this and having a tournament with the teams that we had this weekend, pretty impressive and a lot of fun to watch. And just, you got 4 really good teams. You look at, Marywood didn't get the results they wanted. And their game against Stockton got a little lopsided at the end, but they're going to be a pretty good team. They're going to be competitive within their league. Obviously, we feel like we can be competitive in our league, and Stockton and Salisbury are going to be. Salisbury didn't have a league, but they're going to be pretty good. Yeah, they'll be competitive with Christopher Newport and Mary Washington. So, just overall a great day, and great day for Kai, great day for the Spartans, and just a great day to head into break on, with a game like this.
Yeah. Yeah, it took one of the all-time efforts today, and we got one of the all-time great performances from Kai, historically and otherwise.
Well, you're going to play 43 minutes. I ran into him in the hallway before I came up here, and he was exhausted. He was just like, I am so tired right now.
So young 20-somethings do get tired?
Well, he played. What did he play yesterday? He played 40 plus minutes. Played 40 minutes yesterday, 43 minutes today, but yeah, I just thought I thought as a whole, we did a really good job of playing against their pressure. It was weird. At the end of the game, we had 16 turnovers, and it didn't feel like 16. Like I didn't think that we had a ton of mistakes that were just so obvious and kind of stood out. I thought we did a really good job of handling. And to be quite honest with you, if we're going to shoot 57, if you would have told me at the beginning of the game we were going to shoot 57%, I certainly didn't think we'd need overtime to win. So that tells you a little bit about how good Stockton is. We shot the ball really well. But they also took 16 more shots than we did. So, part of that, they got some second chances with 16 offensive rebounds, and, they only had 10 turnovers. So, all in all, just a really high-level Division III basketball game.
Yeah, Spartans had 21 assists. Something else caught my eye, but yeah, just a great game. They overcome Matthew Spratley's 34. Kai had 34.
That guy's really good. I mean, he's really good. To see him, the way he shoots the ball, and as competitive as he is, I thought, down the stretch, you don't want the ball in that guy's hands because he is really, really good. And his ability to shoot the mid-range, he can shoot the three. It's like you kind of hold your breath as an opponent every time he hoists a shot because more often than not it's going to go in. And, I thought he went through a stretch late in the second half where he didn't take a lot of shots. And I thought that was, kind of beneficial to us. And part of that is I thought we, as good as you can say you do a defensive job against a guy that has 34, but I thought we at times made things tough on him, and they're a really good team. That's a team that's going to win a boatload of games this year.
Yeah,
and that's going to be a win for us. That's going to really stand out, I think.
Yes, I know what I saw. 48-22 Spartans in points in the paint.
Well, that happens when you got 34 from the big fella. I mean, he was, and Jackson was great too. I mean, Jackson hit a couple shots at the end of shot clocks. I think Nick hit one at the end of a shot clock. To get it's backbreaking when you play really good defense for almost the entire shot clock, and then to get a dagger right there at the end. It's one of the more painful things sometimes. You play really good defense, and teams get away with it. That happened on our end a couple times tonight. To be able to, score late in the shot clock, I thought was really good. And I thought tonight we just did a really good job of keeping composure. And I think that's what you have to do against a team like this. You have to, kind of keep your head about you and just kind of keep playing. They're going to make some runs. We were up 8 early in the game. They came back and took a lead. They pushed out a little bit. And I thought it was just a really high-level basketball game. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah. To me, that mental edge started at the beginning of the day. There was no lingering, hanging to the head from yesterday. These guys were ready to go from this morning.
No, and I thought the tone was set last night. It's okay. You're playing in a tournament situation where you're going to be playing back-to-back. I think that was the best thing for us, to have a game today. If in a normal situation you lose a game like you lost yesterday, and you don't get the opportunity to come back right away like you do today and just kind of flush it from the system. Unfortunately, sometimes those losses linger because, it sits. You don't practice. If it's a Saturday game, you don't practice on Sunday, then you're not practicing till Monday back together again. So to have the game back to back, I thought was really, really big today. And I thought we took advantage of that, and I thought they did a really good job.
Yeah. And again, Stockton, we've glossed over this. They had a great look at the end to try to force another overtime. But
I also thought I thought Chris did a good job on zero to make him give it up.
He's an A-plus defender, Chris Myers. He's so good.
Listen, I know you look at his offensive numbers. He only had 6 points. I mean, he had 2 huge threes. But Chris does a lot of other things really well. You kind of got in foul trouble today and kind of limited what he was able to do. But if we are going to be successful this year, we've got to have Chris. We get the good Chris, we're going to be really good. And I think he just plays so hard. And I think it was interesting. He had early in I think it was overtime. He shot an air ball.
Yeah.
Or missed. Had a bad. I wouldn't say a bad miss, but didn't hit it. Comes right back down the next possession and just drills a 3 from the corner. And that's being a senior. That's not having fear, because I think it's really easy to look at that and go, oh man, I just missed that shot really bad. But then to kind of have the stones, for lack of a better term, to come in and just drill that second 3-pointer, I thought was really important, and it turned out to be a pretty big shot.
Yeah, after a tough day from beyond the arc yesterday, they had 11 today. 5 different players made multiples. Pat Gilhole had to be happy for him. He was so fired up. He's kind of struggled with the shot recently, but a couple huge ones today.
Well, and it's interesting. Pat's really, really talented player, and you can just kind of see the confidence ebb and flow. He's another guy. You get him going, oh my goodness, he is very talented and a very, very good player. And Ben got in foul trouble today, so we didn't really get to see a whole lot of him. I thought Nick played some really good minutes again. But this was about the starting 5 today, riding these guys, and Tate had some really big free throws. Towards the end of the game, he ended up with 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a block shot, and only had 1 turnover in 38 minutes of play. So 15 points for him, 21 for Jackson, who was great again. I thought our toughness was on display today, because you had to be tough to play against this Stockton team, and I thought we did a really good job with that.
Yeah, well, the Spartans will be next in action next Monday, the 30th, against Penn State Harrisburg. Home game at 3. Then they go to Stevens.
What do we call that? A business person special?
Yeah, I like that. That's what. Do they still call it that in baseball? They used to.
The Phillies do.
I know
they're on your station, Daryl. Come on. Yes, they call it. They do call it the business person. That's how they advertise it. Like when they talk about tickets and stuff, it's a business person special. So
okay.
Yeah. No, it's So we'll call it that. We'll call it a business person special on a holiday week.
I love it. And then they go to Stevens for a 2-day tournament, and then it's all conference play.
Yeah, and that's going to be – this is a really good stretch of games where, Obviously yesterday sucked. You don't like losing. You certainly don't like losing to Salisbury. That for us old heads, that's still a you just don't like losing to Salisbury. And to have that, and then but the kids come back on Monday. They'll have Christmas off. They'll come back. Actually, they might come back Christmas night, or maybe it might be Thursday morning. I'm not sure. Practice, get ready, and then then you're going up. Then you're heading up to Hoboken to play the Ducks.
Yeah,
well, not to necessarily, maybe not to play the Ducks, but it depends on. I didn't even look far enough ahead to know who's at that tournament. I know it's a really good tournament. Hamilton's there. Who we playing? Who do we play?
Oswego State.
Who's they were really good last year, right?
Yeah.
And Stevens. So it'll be a really good tournament. We've been fortunate to be a part of some really good games early on this year. So I'm sure we're looking forward to it. But first, you just want everybody to enjoy the holiday, and then get back here ready to work and ready to go. And certainly the lights are going to be a little bit brighter, the presents a little bit better, the food a little bit tastier after a victory like this.
It was great. We've had some all-timers in this building, and today was up there.
Oh, this was a fantastic. I mean, it was really weird because I get a little wound up during games. I felt pretty calm today because it was just kind of, I know. Come on, you're killing me. No, but I felt really calm today because I just felt like we were going to play well, and that would be good enough today. And we did play really well, and it was good enough. So against a really good team, and this will be a really good win for us. Moving forward, but you got to keep building off it. You can't come out here next Monday and not be real good. So another lengthy stretch of a multiple days off, getting ready for the next game. But then after that, it's going to be go until the end of February. Yeah. Hopefully the middle of March, but we'll see. Yeah. Who knows?
Well, Mrs. Geis is waiting patiently for you over here. If we still had a cameraman, we could pan. She's got antlers on for the holiday.
Good. Thank you for not calling them horns. Somebody, she went on a diatribe about horns earlier, so yeah, so we're good.
All
but
right.
Yeah, no, it's hard to believe the first semester, the fall semester is over. And
you blink and
it goes by fast. It really does. So, good luck to our women going down to Florida. Travel safely.
Yes.
They'll be playing down there a week from today, I believe.
Betsy was watching today. I heard from her.
There you go. No, so hopefully they can go get a couple dubs and come back ready to roll once they get back up here. I think they're not home till the 11th, right? Both teams are conference play on the 11th, right?
Yeah, road game on the 8th. Yep.
Well, that's right, Alvernia. Yeah. So, and then home against Eastern. So, all righty.
All right. Well, pleasure, Scott. We'll see you next Monday. Have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you. You too. Merry Christmas to everybody out there. Thank you to all the fans who religiously listen to us and tune in, and we're very thankful for you, and hope everybody has a wonderful holiday season with their families and just gets to enjoy a little bit of downtime.
I'm ready for cookies.
Ooh, what's your favorite? Okay, here's a debate, and we'll do this real quick before we leave the air.
Okay.
Chocolate chip, is that a Christmas cookie or not?
Oh, wow.
Mrs. Geis, this is again why I brought it up. She does not believe it's a Christmas. I love chocolate chip cookies, so I want to make it a Christmas cookie.
It is an anytime very versatile.
PJ over here says
agrees.
Christmas cookie. All right,
but it's an anytime. It's an anytime.
It's a versatile. It is the MVP of cookies.
But to me, it's my favorite Christmas cookie.
Ah, yes.
Along with. There's also this. Well, it is. There's also this wreath thing that my mom makes, and now I've trained my wife to make it. Not trained. That sounds bad. That sounds. We've passed the recipe along. It's like corn flakes.
Like cornflakes, yeah, I've seen those.
Marshmallow, but it's green. It looks like a wreath. You put the little red cinnamon.
So maybe those need to make an appearance on the 30th.
I love those. Yeah, we could bring some to the table.
I think that would be a great way, a great post-Christmas treat against Harrisburg.
Way to post an order or place an order because she's listening right now.
All right, sounds good.
Good for you.
Well, then we should probably let you go so you can go home.
All right.
Begin your break.
All right, Scott. Well, this was great today. This was a ton of fun.
It was.
Yeah. Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Of course.
Merry Christmas to
Merry
you
Christmas.
and all. And Hershey Bears coming up right now.
The Hershey Bears.
We've cut into their pregame a little bit, but
that's okay.
We'll ask for forgiveness. So
better than asking for permission first. Yeah. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody.
All right. Thank you, Scott. Final again today, York 96, Stockton 94 in OT. For Dean Gamber with me, for Scott Geist joining us post-game, Darrell Henry saying so long from the Grumbacher Center. Indeed, the Hershey Bears, Toronto Marlies coming up next, so stay tuned for that. And we will talk to you next Monday at 3 p.m. when the Spartans are back at it against Penn State Harrisburg, right here on the Spartan Sports Network. Merry Christmas to all, and to all, a good night.